FM WAJR. This is Clay-Battelle High CB's football. Tonight's game is brought to you by HealthWorks. When your body hurts, go to HealthWorks. 9 convenient locations to serve you. By Lang Monument, family-owned since 1874 in the Wharf District, Morgantown. By Morgantown Power Sports, carrying a complete lineup of Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki, Kawasaki, and KTM. Morgantown Power Sports on the mile ground. By Mon Health System, feel the difference. By Advanced HVAC and Plumbing, the area's only Carrier factory authorized dealer. Turn to the experts. By the Insurance Centers, where serving you is our best policy. And by Omega Commercial Interiors. For office furniture, buy local at Omega in Morgantown and Charleston. Clay-Battelle High football is on the air.
And we are back at home tonight for homecoming here 2024 at Clay-Battelle High School and Middle School, where the CBs are taking on the Tygrats Valley Bulldogs. Good afternoon. I am Ethan Collins. Joined alongside me is Chance Collins. He'll be along shortly from kickoff between these two teams. Well, this is a little bit of two different seasons, if you want to call it that, but both are trying to, shall we say, get right. The Tygrats Valley Bulldogs are 0-4 on the season with losses to Valley Wetzel, Tucker County, Webster County, and East Hardy. Meanwhile, the Clay-Battelle CBs are 2-2 thanks to a forfeit victory by the Trinity Christian Trojans last week that canceled Friday's game after a short week of playing on Monday night against the Valley Wetzel Lumberjacks. So, 2 losses to Weirton Madonna and Valley Wetzel, and Clay-Battelle has 2 victories with a forfeit win over Trinity and a win in the first game of the season, 400. So, 2-2, 1-2, in playing your third game of the week. Either way, after this week, we will be halfway through the season of this high school football year in 2024 and the first season of the Aaron LePeau era. Player lineups are sponsored by Lang Monument, family-owned and celebrating 150 years in Morgantown, located on the Wharf District. Caleb Hall will stick to his duties after earning the starting spot last week, or I guess I should say 2 weeks ago, against the Lumberjacks. So Caleb Hall will stick at the running back position. Maverick Gum has kind of been moved to fullback / tight end role. We could see him get the ball in the passing game a little bit more often, but Coach LePeau has not ruled out handing the ball off to him. The 2 wide receivers, Landon Savage and Josiah Morgan. Tyson Price, one of the other wide receivers, along with Damian Toothman. The line, working from right to left, Josh Wilson, Cameron Mercer, and then Alex Dancer at the center position. Zach Gump will be at the right guard or left guard position, and Cooper Statler at the left tackle. Moving on to the Tygrats Valley Bulldogs side, their quarterback, Jackson Drennan. From what I've been told, a good baseball player at Tygrats Valley as well. And looking on film, he has got a good arm. Their main tailback is Jamal Nesbitt. They run a little bit of a option / multiple offense, and we can see these 2 wingbacks get involved in the running game in a wishbone formation, or as well as the wide receiver positions and getting involved in the passing game. Those 2 guys at the wingback positions are Noah McAtee, number 11, and number 8, Adam Woods. The main wide receiver, though, for the Tygrats Valley Bulldogs is Austin Gear, and the tight end is Aiden Fairs. We will be right back here, and we will have the coaches interview. You are listening to the pregame show. It is Homecoming 2024 at Clay-Battelle High School here on WAJR.com.
Game day is all about fast moves and quick action, and so is Mon Health's ER. Whether it's a minor injury or something more serious, we're ready to get you back in the game. No delays or unnecessary timeouts, just top-notch care that puts you first. When you need care, don't get stuck on the sidelines. Head to Mon Health, where fast wait times are our winning play. Choose Mon Health. Feel the difference. Visit monhealth.com for real-time wait times today. Ready to stay in the game without digestive issues slowing you down? Mon Health brings state-of-the-art care and equipment to tackle your digestive discomfort. We'll help you navigate your GI playbook from lab tests to endoscopies with personalized care every step of the way. Don't fumble when it comes to your health. Call 304-598-2700 to get seen sooner. Choose Mon Health, the winning team for digestive care.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on WAJR.com. This coach's interview is sponsored by HealthWorks. When your body hurts, go to HealthWorks. 7 convenient locations to serve you. And, Coach, after a kind of sort of bye week, I guess is what you call it, but you also had a short week because you played on Monday and now we're playing on Friday, and it's just all been wonky these past couple of weeks. So I guess after this week, did you feel like you needed it?
We were not healthy. We down there at Valley, our whole team was sick, and so we were really wanting to play Trinity. We were wanting to get another game on our belt. We've lost the last 2, and we're wanting to go get a win, and so we were biting at the bit to go play Trinity, but we also did need the time to get healthy, so that's nice sitting here right now with everybody being healthy.
Yeah, a little bit of special team stuff. I mean, they're a bit crazy on special teams. You don't really know what you're going to get. Guy can kick it deep. They actually have a kicker that can kick field goals. Did special teams play a factor in preparation for this matchup, or was it mainly just...
I mean, they don't line up in anything unorthodox. They just have good kickers, and so you prepare for that as far as that goes. But what they're doing is standard stuff, so... it'd be nice to go block one of those long field goals instead of them getting it. But that is a weapon for them. They can put points on the board if they don't score still. So, yeah.
Homecoming week this week. National Guard uniforms as well. It's been kind of a crazy week. Talk to me about your first time doing homecoming festivities as the high school football coach.
Hey, look, the kids have had a lot of fun. That's most important. It was hectic for us because we were missing practice time. It was hectic for us because there was a lot of late events and kids were getting bed late. And so I think, I don't know, I used to teach biology, so I think about human and health performance, and I want them eating right and going to bed, so they can go perform on Friday. But that happens every school I've ever been at. Homecoming is fun for everybody but the head football coach. So I tried my best to have a good time, and I did end up having a good time. There's something to be said for small town school spirit, and we got a lot of it.
All right. Thank you for your time. Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
All right. That is the coach's interview. We'll be back with the rest of the game here on WAJR.com.
For 150 years, Lang Monument has helped Morgantown area families honor their loved ones with beautiful monuments. I'm Rob Lang, and the dedication from my family that began in 1874 continues in 2024. From selection of granite, marble, or bronze to engraving and installation, a member of my family will be by your side for generations to come. Lang Monument, Don Knotts Boulevard, across from the Wharf District. See our selection online at langmonument.com.
This is Clay-Battelle High CB's football on WAJR.
Welcome back to Clay-Battelle High, where we are just about set and ready to kick off. The captains for the Clay-Battelle CBs, Tyson Price, Maverick Gum, Carson Moore, and Braden Ponseroff. The Tygrats Valley Bulldogs won the toss, elected to defer, so the CBs will get the ball first, which, by the way, is what they wanted, even if they were going to win the toss coming into this game. We're about 90 seconds away from kickoff here. Once again, Clay-Battelle sporting their National Guard uniforms tonight, and it's a lot easier for me up here in the booth because they've changed the National Guard uniforms this year. They're no longer black with gold outline numerals. Now it's a white numeral with a black outline. So much easier to see. And I know the Dominion Post reporter is clapping his hands along with me because it's a lot easier for us to see. Tygrats Valley sporting their regular red helmets with white jerseys and red pants. As I said, Clay-Battelle with the camo jerseys, gray or navy helmets, and navy pants. The kicker for the Tygrats Valley Bulldogs on kickoffs is Jamal Nesbitt, the tailback. And let me tell you, he's got a leg on him as well. So be prepared to see this ball be kicked deep. Back deep to receive for the CBs is Landon Savage and Josiah Morgan. as the referees are giving a little bit of a talking to the kicker before ready to kick off here. Blow as well. Tackle gets across the 35, down at about the 33-yard line. It will be a gain of 7 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down and 3 for the Seabees. First play from scrimmage here. Same formation. Tight end to the right. That's Maverick Gunn. They hand it off to Hall again. It's the same side. He breaks across the 30, over to the 25. First down, Seabees, and he's down very close to the 20-yard line, down to about the 22. And that will be a gain of about 10 or 9 on the play. I'm going to give him 9 on that. And just in time, he arrives. How are you, Chance?
Doing good yourself?
You out of breath?
I am out of breath.
All right, well, I'll take over for you here. First down and 10 here for the Seabees. Ponceroff keeps it and goes across the 20 down to about the 19, a gain of about 3 on the play, so it'll be 2nd down and 7.
Got a nice crowd here tonight. I couldn't find a parking spot.
Free admission tonight, by the way. Homecoming festivities. 10.5 minutes left to go here in the opening quarter. Clay-Battelle with the first offensive drive of the game. Still nothing, but they are in the red zone, down to about the 18-yard line. 2nd down and 7. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, tight end to the right. They send Landon Savage in motion from left to right. Quarterback keeper gets across the 15 and down to about, I want to say they're going to keep him down there at the 15-yard line, so it'll be a gain of about 3 or 4 on the play. So it'll be 3rd down and 3.
Looks like we had a nice kickoff return.
Yes.
I've seen where we started off the drive at.
Yes, we started at the, I want to say about the 40-yard line of Tygrats Valley. Their kicker boots it deep, so it allows you to get some big plays here on the special teams. Same play. Motion, Landon Savage from right to left. This time it's a handoff to Caleb Hall. Hall gets across the 10, keeps on pushing. Nice push from the offensive line, and forward progress is going to mark Caleb Hall down at about the 9-yard line, and that will be 1st down and goal. Coach LePeau talked about this before the game. He said, we've got to capitalize on red zone possessions. Feels like we're getting a lot of possessions in goal-to-go situations. We just can't get 6 on the board.
It'd be nice to be able to punch one in here then if he thinks that's big key to the game tonight.
All right. Send Landon Savage in motion from right to left. They hand it off to Hall. Hall gets across the 5 down to the 4. So far, good penetration by this offensive line here. And it'll be
Hall, that move to Caleb Hall at tailback seems to be paying off.
Absolutely. 2nd down and goal here from the 4. They motion Savage from left to right. Hand it off to Hall again. It's the same play. He's got an open gap to the end zone. He crosses the plane, pushes across. Referee signals touchdown. Caleb Hall, I believe that is his first touchdown as a CB, and the young freshman seems like he is going to have a promising career, and he is really making that number 2 jersey a staple for the Hall family and for the CB family, as they will possibly go for 2 here. Not sure.
Yeah, by no means is he embarrassing Zach at all by wearing that number 2 this year.
They are going to go for 2 here. Same formation, same play. And I think this one's going to be short. It will be. So 2-point conversion, no good. Only a gain of about 1 on the play. So Caleb Hall's 2-point conversion fails. But with 8:33 left to go here in the opening quarter, Clay-Battelle takes a 6-0 lead. I'm going to catch my breath. We'll allow Chance to catch his breath. We'll take a quick break here, and we'll be right back here on WAJR.com.
Game day is all about fast moves and quick action, and so is Mon Health's ER. Whether it's a minor injury or something more serious, we're ready to get you back in the game. No delays or unnecessary timeouts, just top-notch care that puts you first. When you need care, don't get stuck on the sidelines. Head to Mon Health, where fast wait times are our winning play. Choose Mon Health. Feel the difference. Visit monhealth.com for real-time wait times today.
This is Clay-Battelle High CB's football on WAJR.
Welcome back to Clay-Battelle High School, where the Clay-Battelle CBs have taken a 6-0 lead over the Tygrats Valley Bulldogs. And Chance, probably one of the best offensive drives that we've seen so far from the CBs, at least since the 100 game for sure.
It is. It was a positive drive. You know, they never really lost any yardage. The 2-point conversion didn't go the way we wanted, but it still went for positive yards, just not enough for us to get the 2 points.
The question is, has those adjustments moved to the defensive side as well, or are we in for a shootout? Ponceroff set to kick this one off from the far left hash of the 40-yard line.
Sorry.
Looks like almost he's getting ready to kick this left-footed. No, he's going to kick it right-footed. Bounces off one of the Tygrats Valley's return man's hands, and he goes down immediately at the 25-yard line, so a good kickoff there. I believe that was Dayton George on the return for the Bulldogs. But, it's safe. You just fall on it, fall on the ball, and
yeah, he didn't
live to fight your offense.
Didn't field that cleanly. It's just best just jump on the ball.
So Clay-Battelle will Tygrats Valley will take over for their first possession, down 6 at their own 25-yard line. Not as good field position as the CBs had to start out. They break the huddle here. Looks like they're going to line up in that wishbone formation. 2 wingbacks, a tight end to the right, and a wide receiver to the left. They're going to hand it off to Nesbitt. Nesbitt gets a couple, gets maybe to the 25, over to the 26. Gain of 1 on the play. Tackle, I believe that was Maverick Gum on the tackle. Some defensive adjustments here, Chance. Ponceroff is going to be moved to more of a nickel corner / outside linebacker spot. Okay. Meanwhile, Landon Savage is going to be the free safety taking Ponceroff's spot. And then at the corners, we have Caleb Snodgrass and Josiah Morgan. Really want to get Ponceroff more involved to get opportunities to get tackles more up in the line of scrimmage to prevent bigger gains. They line up in trips to the left here, 1 receiver to the right. Quick little bubble screen. Ponceroff grabs him and does not let go. Maybe a loss of 1 on the play. Pass was completed to number 8, Adam Woods. And it'll be 3rd down. Actually, I think they're going to give him no gain on that. 3rd down and 9 here.
Yeah, that was a nice break on it there by Ponceroff getting up there.
And that's why they make the adjustment. You want guys getting flying to that line of scrimmage, setting the edge, not allowing teams to really be able to break off easy gains on screens or outside runs. 3rd down and 9, shotgun formation, trips to the right, 1 to the left. Nesbitt is to the quarterback's left. Straight drop back pass here. Pressure coming from Cooper Statler. He's going to roll to the right. Drennan has some room to run. Breaks a couple tackles. Cooper Statler misses one but comes back and hits him square at the 30-yard line, and it'll be 4th down and about 5 for the Tygrats Valley Bulldogs. Actually, it's going to be marked at the 29-yard line, so 4th down and 6 6:30 left to go. Big decision here for the Bulldogs on whether they want to punt it or possibly go for it, but you pin the ball deep into your own territory if you turn over on downs. Does look like they might punt here. Nesbitt is out. Drennan is the punter, the quarterback.
Nobody's
back deep.
Savage is headed that way.
And I don't think he really needed to be back because it was just a straight up-in-the-air kick. It does get a friendly bounce, though, across the 40. And Clay-Battelle will take over in slightly less.
We got a flag down
Yeah,
there
there is a flag.
So we're probably either looking at a legal formation or we got somebody probably in the
Hope somebody
offensive
didn't
zone.
jump off sides. I think it was long enough that you might not be able. I think you have to go for it on 4th down again. Illegal substitution
on
Tygrats Valley. Now the question is do you decline it or accept it and try to push it back further deep? I would probably decline it. You're still in good field position now.
That punt was horrible. I'm going to assume that boy's got a better leg than that.
On the kicking team, that penalty will be declined. First down, Clay-Battelle.
All right, the mics are working tonight, by the way. Didn't have that last week. But Clay-Battelle will take over at the opponent 43-yard line, 1st down and 10. And I'm going to have a little bit of a timeout here. Did somebody call timeout?
Timeout, Tygrats Valley.
Timeout, Tygrats Valley. Okay, Chance, so
He wants some.
score very quickly into the first quarter, really wants to establish that they're in the game and not let it get out of hand and keep the momentum going. Well, you can do the exact opposite. You can take a 2-score lead here very quick into the first quarter. There's still 6 minutes left in the opening quarter.
Yeah, and I mean, when you get down by 2 scores, it's like you're constantly climbing. Mm-hmm. And to use a reference that a whole lot of West Virginia people don't like right now, but sometimes it's hard to trust that climb back out.
You don't like trusting the climb. All right. Shotgun formation. They motion Landon Savage, and it's a handoff here to Caleb Snodgrass. He moves over across the 40. There's going to be a flag here, probably a holding, as it was back in the backfield.
It was way late on the flag, but I do think you're right. I think we're going to get somebody for a hold here. The refs may be looking across the side and seeing that Tigers Valley looks a lot like the Kansas City Chiefs. and we know how the flags happen there.
You're a Steelers fan. Chiefs. Listen, you're one of 3 teams that's 3-0. So it is a holding penalty, and it'll be 1st down and 20 here. But as of right now, that really has not shown that it could hurt the Seabees that much.
No, but it may take you out of your comfort zone of running right here. I mean, I see LaPoe still
running
on first down.
Yeah, I think you still got to run it. It was a good run by Caleb Snodgrass. Same thing, but they're going to do a jet sweep. Flag again. Savage gets across midfield over to the 49. And there's going to be another flag. Something tells me that was a legal formation, maybe too many men on the line of scrimmage.
Either that, I didn't see if maybe Savage started in motion before somebody else was set.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't you have to be fully still for 1 second?
Illegal formation.
Yep, there it is.
That's a 5-yard penalty. Replay the down.
All right, so it'll be 1st down and 25 for the CBs, backed up to their own 42. So when you had it on the opponent 42, you are now at your own 42.
And you got that right now, that timeout by the Tigers Valley head coach, looking like a pretty smart timeout coming out. His team getting a little bit more composed here, get a chance at 1st and 20.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Motioning Savage, they hand it off to Snodgrass. Snodgrass waits for his blocks to develop.
I think that may be Hall.
No, I think that's Snodgrass. That was Snodgrass. Yep.
That's Snodgrass. Okay.
Yep. Gain of about 6 on the play. Ball is at the 48, so it is a gain of 6. So it'll be 2nd down and 19 here for the CBs. As you said, a decent crowd on hand.
Everybody loves free admission.
Everybody loves free.
That is true.
All right, they fake the handoff, rolling out to the left here. Throws a deep ball, laying it out there, and it's caught by Josiah Morgan for a 1st down. They're going to mark him down at about the opponent 29-yard line, 1st down and 10. Nice little flick of the play there, and here I'm going to be like Chris Collinsworth. That was an excellent play by Mahomes there.
There we do, 26 yards on the reception.
1st down and 10 for the CBs. They break the huddle, same formation, 2 to the left, 1 to the right, tight end to the right. Hall is now in the game at running back. They motion Savage from left to right. They hand it off to Hall. Hall gets across the 25, over to the 20.
Still pushing.
Keeps pushing. And I'm seeing LePeau getting frustrated because he's wanting one of his guys to keep pushing.
I tell you what, there's no quitting that Hall kid right there.
No, there is not. That kid's freshman.
That's what I'm thinking. For his size right now and the power he's got, you can tell that kid was hitting the weight room even before his freshman year.
Kid can't even drive yet, and he's driving the Tygrats Valley defense back.
Right close to that goal line.
All right, inside the red zone here, down at the 18, 1st down and 10. Hand it off to Hall again. Breaks a tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Cuts to the outside, across the 10, over to the 5, and he's inside the 5, down to the 3. Let me tell you, Caleb Hall. This is the Hall show. Inching closer to his 2nd touchdown. Ball is at the 4-yard line, 1st down and goal. Same formation, same motion from right to left. Savage handed off to Hall. Hall loses the football, and it's going to be a Tygrats Valley ball. Now, here's the question. Are they going to say it was in the end zone and it's a touchback, or is it going to be at the
foot line?
It's the foot line. So, a catastrophic error by the young freshman. However, you still have an opportunity here to get some points very early.
I am going to take up for Hall on this one. It was a bad snapped Poncer off. He never got the clean handoff. You could see it was hanging low the moment he got it. The guy from Tygrats Valley just came in and punched it out.
All right, 3:44 left to go here in the 1st quarter. Tygrats Valley has the ball at their own 1-foot line. They line up in a wishbone formation. They hand it off to Nesbitt. Nesbitt gets across the 5 and is knocked out of bounds. Tackled initially by, he broke the tackle from Carson Moore and then got to the outside, and Ponceroff was the one who was able to push him out of bounds. And then Maverick Gum kind of tried to get a
little bit of extra
activity. A little bit.
He let up.
He did let up. Well, let me tell you what, Nesbitt is a big boy.
Yes, he is.
All right, 2nd down and about 4 here. They hand it off to him again, and he goes right into the face. Who was that? Was that Carson Moore? He just wasn't able to bring him down. Actually, sorry, that was Patrick Willard on the attempted tackle, but just wasn't able to get him down.
It's like he ran into him.
Yeah,
and thought he'd
I think he was surprised that he ran straight into him and maybe didn't think it was the ball carrier.
Yeah, because he didn't try to wrap him up at all. He just runs straight into him. He bounces off and then picks up the 1st down. So good job by Nesbitt by not stopping.
Mm-hmm.
And next time, Patrick's just got to figure out how to wrap him up.
1st down and 10 from the 11 here. They line up in shotgun this time. They're going to do a straight QB run here to the outside. That's Drennan. Drennan's got to cross the sticks here.
Nice run.
Yeah. It was. It's going to be a first down. Going to get across, I want to say the 25, maybe down to the 26.
15
and
yards.
Clay-Battelle wants a timeout, and I think that's a good call.
Yeah,
We'll
right.
take it with them. We'll be back in 30 seconds here. This is Clay-Battelle CB's Football on WAJR.com.
When the whistle blows, your favorite player will be ready. But will you look the part? MPB Print and Sign Superstore helps you support your favorite team or player with personalized gear. Cheer them on in style with custom apparel for teams, players, and families. Don't stop there. Complete your look with some custom bags, flags, signs, and stickers. Not going to the field? Brand some apparel for your upcoming event or fundraiser. All at mpbonline.com. A proud supporter of high school athletics.
Health works for you, for rehab and fitness too.
When you attend football.
This is Clay-Battelle High CB's Football on WAJR.
Welcome back to Clay-Battelle, where they lead 6-0. And Chance, you were talking to me during the break. You said point of emphasis, red zone drives. You had one, ends up costing you in a turnover. Not even a turnover on downs, a flat-out turnover. You end up with 0 points, and now Tygrats Valley, though be it only 2 possessions, have their best drive so far.
Yeah. Now, I think he called that timeout. I think the composure of his boys losing the ball on the 1 foot line. He's trying to calm them down and go, hey, we're still up 6.
Wishbone formation, wide receiver to the right, tight end to the wide receiver to the left, tight end to the right. They're going to do a reverse here, and he's got a lot of space to work with. Across the 40, over to the 45. They're going to get a holding call here, and he's tackled at midfield, but there's going to be a holding call on number 6, Austin Gear.
Yeah, Ponceroff was getting held. He finally just
I think that was Morgan, actually.
He just stuck his – you're right, it is. I see these camouflage uniforms are a struggle.
Yeah.
But it was
better
more,
than what it was last year, though. I can tell you that. The orange cleats, that's what gave it away.
Okay, yep, you're right. But he just put his hands up in the air like don't shoot, and finally the ref seen he was getting held.
Number 6 on the offense. It's a 10-yard penalty. Replay the down.
So it will be first down here, but it will be first down and about 6 here from the 30-yard line of Tygrats Valley. They have the ball. They break the huddle. Looks like they're going to run a little bit of a wildcat package here, but their regular quarterback is in. No wide receivers, 3 tight ends to the right. They run Drennan. Drennan's got some space to run. Another flag, probably going to be another holding call. And then there's another flag after the whistle.
Yeah, Cameron Mercer definitely got held by the right tackle.
Well, but are we going to get a flag here for maybe a late hit or unnecessary roughness, and that's going to neglect the holding penalty, and it's just going to be a penalties offset and replay the down?
Well, but the personal flag after the whistle, I do believe that you mark 10 and then you give 15 back.
There's 2 fouls on the play. 1 on each team. Holding on the offense. Personal foul. Horse collar tackle.
So it's a horse collar tackle.
Those penalties will offset. Replay the down.
Okay.
So there you go.
That was during the play. So
it was a horse collar tackle that they called, and it'll offset since it was during the field of play, and they will replay the down. So first down and 6 here. Probably good that you want to replay that down here, but the Bulldogs have found a play that's working. Drennan, they line up in that same formation. They're going to reverse it now, though, and he's got some wide open space, and they're going to try to get it. He's got some blockers, gets across the 30, cuts across field, and Snodgrass takes him down at about the 25-yard line. A nice little reverse call there after 2 successful plays
what
by
number
that
was
QB.
that on the carry?
I believe that was number 19 or 11. I think that might be Noah McAtee.
McAtee, the ball carrier.
I was correct. It was McAtee. And now Tygrats Valley is near the end zone. In opponent territory down to the 23-yard line of Clay-Battelle. Same formation, tight to the right. They're going to snap it to the running back here. Breaks a couple tackles, gets across the 15, over to the 10, and gets pushed out of bounds. It'll be first and goal. Pushed out of bounds by Caleb Snodgrass or Landon Savage here And Chance, I talked about a shootout, and this might be the beginning of one.
Might be. Who is number 9 for Tygrats Valley? That is Adams. Adams on the carry there for 16. Yeah, Tygrats Valley definitely has found something this drive. Mixing it up a little bit outside and inside.
All right, they line up in the same formation, tight to the right. Fake the reverse. Drennan slips on the turf, and it will be a loss on the play, a loss of about 3. That'll push it back to the 10, second down and goal. Chance should be reminded, this team has a field goal kicker.
You was mentioning that earlier in the week, that while watching film, that they do have somebody that as long as you're inside the 20, you at least got a reasonable shot at putting it through the uprights.
So
let's hope we can force them to use it.
Yeah, or force a turnover. Wishbone formation here, wide receiver out to the left, tight end to the right. Hand it off to Nesbitt, and Nesbitt takes it to the 5, and that'll bring up third down and goal, gain of about 5 on the play.
Have a feeling you're probably going to see that exact same play right here. And if they get more than 3 yards, I think you'll see them go for it on fourth down.
Drennan couldn't get the play in, so he has to go over to his coach and get it, but he's still got plenty of time on the play clock as we're nearing 20 seconds when he gets to his huddle.
And we've talked about that all season long, these quarterbacks having to go to the sideline and get a play. I do believe teams need to find a better way to get a play in than having him run over there every time.
Wishbone, wide receiver to the left, tight end to the right. Same play, but to the opposite side. Nesbitt tries to get the corner, trips him up. What do you do when you get a big boy? You take him down by his legs. He tried to jump over him. Oh, this is not good.
He landed funny, but
Yeah, and Nesbitt is down on the ground, and he is hurt.
No, I'm not a doctor at this time. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't get his breath knocked out of him, because he went up in the air and tumbled over and come down, and to a certain extent, I hope that's what it is. I know getting your breath knocked out is not ever a good thing, but it's a lot better than having a serious
Possibly
injury.
a cramp. Yeah, possibly. But the thing that worries me is they're unwrapping one of his ankles. So I'll tell you what, we'll take a break here, and when we come back, we'll try to give you a report on the injury here on WAJR.com.
Health works for you, for rehab and fitness too.
When the whistle blows, your favorite player.
Health works for you, for rehab and fitness too.
When you attend football games, do you rush to get a seat at the back of the bleachers for back support? Back pain is a common problem and can often be relieved with physical therapy treatments. If you have back pain, see your doctor and ask for a physical therapy prescription. Then see the physical therapy professionals at HealthWorks. With 9 nearby locations, finding quality care doesn't need to be a headache. HealthWorks Rehab and Fitness, Morgantown, Westover, Cheat Lake, Blacksville, Smithfield, Waynesburg, Fairmont, and Buchanan. When your body hurts, go to HealthWorks.
Our people make the difference in the way you feel each day. When your body hurts, go to HealthWorks.
For 150 years, Lang Monument has helped Morgantown area families honor their loved ones with beautiful monuments. I'm Rob Lang, and the dedication from my family that began in 1874 continues in 2024. From selection of granite, marble, or bronze to engraving and installation, a member of my family will be by your side for generations to come. Lang Monument, Don Knotts Boulevard, across from the Wharf District. See our selection online at langmonument.com.
This is Clay-Battelle High CB's football on WAJR.
Welcome back to Clay-Battelle High CB's football. Jamal Nesbitt, the fullback who was injured on the play, had to be helped off, and he is limping going back to the sidelines. So they line up in a wishbone formation here. They're going to fake the handoff and do a little reverse. I think that's Woods, number 8. and he gets tackled at about the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2 or 3 on the play. Was that fourth down, Chance?
No, that was third.
That was third?
Was that fourth? That was fourth. My bad.
That was fourth. All right. So first down, you trade empty red zone possessions here, and Clay-Battelle will take over first down and 10 with 93 yards to go to the end zone. But the way they've been moving the ball.
Everybody's been moving it. I do just want to update in case there's somebody listening at home. Nesbitt, it appears to be his left ankle. They took some tape off of it. I see him still looking at it over there on the bench.
They do a short motion for Savage. Hall gets the handoff here, gets across the 10 over to the 13-yard line, and it'll be a gain of about 5. And that will be the end of the first quarter. We'll keep it here. Chance, I don't want to blame lack of equipment because, frankly, myself, I think in football there's too much gear anyway. But you ever notice that Caleb Hall gets handoffs with his bare hands? He does not wear gloves on his hands.
I did not notice that.
And I will also say that is his second fumble. So,
ladies and gentlemen, we needed a lost set of keys.
But hopefully, it's just, to tell you the truth, the kid's just a freshman. He's going to make mistakes, and you just kind of allow him to make those mistakes here as we take the very long walk over to the other side of the field, which is probably the worst thing about ending the quarter right where it is right now.
Yeah, you do bring that up, and it makes me wonder if next week, if we won't see Caleb Hall with a set of gloves, though, fumbling, because that is sometimes something that you'll be like, I didn't think I need those. Maybe I do after all.
Well, it's rare. You rarely see it. It's like a batter not wearing batting gloves.
It is. I mean, to a certain extent, being a Steeler fan, as you brought it up, Big Ben in cold weather used to play with gloves.
Yeah.
Which is very rare for a quarterback to do because they want to field the ball.
Him and Peyton Manning.
Yeah. And it's, like you said, different to see in this day and age.
All right, second down. I want to say about 4 here on their own 14-yard line. They hand it off to Hall. Hall gets a push from his offensive line, cuts across the middle here, brings it over to the left hash, gets across the line to gain, and they're finally going to blow the whistle at about the 23-yard line. It will be a first down. Look at Caleb Hall over here helping the teammate up, making sure he's hanging on to that ball, though. He's still got the ball in his hands, helps the opponent up, hands the ball to the referee, gets back in the huddle.
He was down at probably about 4 yards in that carry and spun away and broke off to make it an 8-yard run, which was, there's no quit in the
carry. His yards after contact today is probably already pretty good. They're going to switch the formation here. Caleb Hall's going out to wide receiver. They're going to switch it with Maverick Gum at tailback. They hand it off to Maverick. Maverick is going to go nowhere. Maybe a gain of 1 on the play, and it'll be second down and 9. I like the adjustment to kind of try and catch him off guard here.
Yeah, Cameron Mercer missed a block. Not trying to call the kid out, but it is what it is.
Fair enough.
But, if he picked that up, it'd been instead of 2-on-1, 1-on-1, and Maverick may have been able to do something.
Second down and 9 here. Hall back in the backfield. They send Landon Savage in motion from left to right. Hand it off to Hall to the right side. He goes to the sideline. Flag on the play. It's going to be a holding call, but I saw a flag after the hit, so we may have offsetting penalties again.
When Caleb gets the edge, it's trouble for Tygrats Valley.
When have you really ever seen a freshman in single A be able to cut to the edge and outrun guys?
It's been a while, and that's what I'll say.
So holding on the offense and a face mask on the defense. So once again, since both penalties occurred in the field of play, it will be offset penalties, and we will replay second down and 9 with 10:44 left to go in the half. Clay-Battelle leading by a score of 6-0, and the ball is at their own 24-yard line. Second down and 9. They break the huddle. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. The tight end is to the right. Send Landon Savage in motion from left to right. Hand it off to Hall. Hall cuts to the middle, had a good gaping hole, and he gets across the 30 down to about the 32, which is going to be about a yard short of the first down. 3rd down and 1 here for Clay-Battelle with 10:16 left to go in the half.
Hall says he needs a breather, taps his helmet, and Snodgrass will substitute in for him.
This is one of the nice things about having a running back by committee here is that you can have about 3 running backs that have carries on the season. Actually, you have 4 because I remember T.J. Barr getting carries earlier in the year. Snodgrass is in the backfield. They motion Savage from left to right. Hand it off to Snodgrass. Snodgrass tries to wait for his blocks to develop. He ends up getting a second push.
I think he got the first down on that second push.
Well done by Snodgrass to not give up on the play. And we have another Tygrats Valley Bulldog hurt. And it is going to be a first down chance, as you said. So on that second effort by Snodgrass, he ended up getting a first down on the second effort. So I'll tell you what, we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have the continuation of the game here on WAJR.com.
Health works for you, for rehab and fitness too.
Keeping high school athletes healthy is something that HealthWorks Rehab and Fitness takes great pride in. That's why our certified athletic trainers work with many area schools during practice and on the sidelines during tonight's game. Unfortunately, injuries do happen in sports, at work, and at home. At HealthWorks, our goal remains the same, to get you back in action. When you need physical therapy, you need HealthWorks. HealthWorks Rehab and Fitness, Morgantown, Westover, Cheat Lake, Blacksville, Smithfield, Waynesburg, Fairmont, and Buchanan. When your body hurts, go to HealthWorks.
Our people make the difference in the way you feel each day. When your body hurts, go to HealthWorks.
This is Clay-Battelle High CB's football on WAJR.
First down and 10 here. They're going to do a jet sweep to Landon Savage. Savage gets across the 40, and that's where he'll be marked out of bounds here. Gain of about 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 4. Snodgrass is still in the backfield for the game. Nice time to call that jet sweep.
I did see earlier Caleb holding his lower back. One of his teammates walked over to him.
Yeah, he's still holding it. Actually, he's tucking his jersey back in. So, may have had an equipment malfunction. All right, 2 receivers tight to the left. They send Savage in motion from left to right. Fake the handoff here to Snodgrass. Quarterback keeps it. He gets across the sticks over to the 46-yard line. Ponceroff on the keeper. First down and 10. Chance, we've been moving the ball pretty well. It was a good effort by Caleb Snodgrass to really fight for that first down after it looked like he was going to be stuffed in the backfield. These CBs are playing hard.
They are. I mean, you see a lot of second effort by them right now. I mean, this is a good ball game. You see hard on both sides right now.
8:50 left to go in the half. Snodgrass still in the backfield. They motion Savage from left to right. Hand it off to Snodgrass this time. He bounces to the outside to the right. Gets across the 50 over close to the 45. They're going to mark him at the 46. Ball is in Tygrats Valley territory now, and it'll be 2nd down and 2, a gain of 8. Good run there by Snodgrass. Once again, it's interesting. You know, it's a good 1-2 punch. Now, both of these running backs are very similar in play style. They have the speed. It's not like Snodgrass and Maverick where it was speed and power, thunder and lightning. But at the same time, though, both of these guys really run hard. 2nd down and 2. Same thing, motioning Landon Savage. Hand it off to Snodgrass. Snodgrass, very patient in his blocks developing. Goes between the guard and the tackle on the right side. Gets across the sticks and is over to the 36-yard line. First down and 10. That was a A very patient run there by Snodgrass.
Here comes hurry up by the Seabees, though.
No huddle. Same play. Do they hand it off? They do. Snodgrass bounces to the outside, across the 35, over to the 30, gets to the 6, sticks, and pops out of bounds. Are they going to mark him short of the line to gain by a few inches, or are they going to say first down? Honestly, I think I'd rather take second down. Nope, they're going to move the sticks now. Hold up, timeout, reset the chains. Now we're going to run the clock. Still no huddle. Motioning. Fumble on the snap. Ponceroff falls back on it. A little bit of trouble. Tried to hand it off before he had it secured in his hands, but it's all right. It will be a loss on the play, though. Second down. Ball is at the 36. Line to gain is the 26, so second down and 20.
I think it's a little bit shorter than that, Ethan.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's at the 16.
It's at 18, I'm going to say. It's second down and 18.
Yeah, second down and 18. You're right. Caleb Hall back into the game. Motioning Savage. Fakes the handoff this time. Rolls to the left. Dump off past the Gum. Gum drops it. Third down and about 18. So it'll bring up third down and 18 here from Clay-Battelle's own, from the Tygrats Valley 34.
Yeah, I see Morgan probably getting a target here, being third and 18, unless they just decide to run it and punt it. But
I think you decide to maybe run it and then see what you got to just go for it on fourth down, probably.
I think we're going to get to see Ponceroff's arm here.
All right. Same thing, motioning Savage from left to right, fake the handoff, straight drop back. Ponceroff feels the pressure, does a nice throw over to Landon Savage, a good tackle by Drennan. However, Savage is going to get the first down at about the 16-yard line, which was the line to gain. First down and 10 now in the red zone. So now red zone possessions, a key of emphasis for this game. Can you punch it in for 6? That 2-score lead would do you wonders with how Tygrats Valley was able to move the ball last drive. Motioning Savage again. Hand off to Hall. Hall goes towards the middle of the offensive line. They were trying to push to the right. He does get a solid gain, though, down at about the 11-yard line. Gain of about 5, so second down and 5.
I am happy to see him out there. I was getting a little bit worried the way he was tapping his lower back earlier, but he's back out there so I can breathe a sigh of relief for a moment.
Tyson Price, the lone wide receiver to the right. Savage and Morgan, the receivers to the left. They motion Savage from left to right. It's QB keeper. Ponceroff tries to get to the outside, breaks a couple tackles across the 5, down to the 3. First down and goal. Talk about not giving up on the play, Chance. We've seen 2 crucial runs by the quarterback and by the second running back, breaking yards after contact to get crucial yards after contact to move the sticks, and it'll now be first down and goal.
Yeah, something to keep an eye on is Carson Moore limped his way back to the huddle here. He's not coming out, but he's definitely, his right ankle seems to be bothering him a little bit.
Well, they're going to let the clock roll down here. They're waiting for the play. Chance, I think
we're going to get a timeout.
Yeah, I think we're going to call a timeout here. So he is going to call a timeout, which will make it 1 left. I think, Chance, you are right. I think they want to maybe do a substitution for possibly that offensive lineman who was limping a little bit.
If not, at least give him a minute to see if he can work out whatever the kink is.
So, Chance, what have you thought of the offense so far in this game? I mean, it's really been same play like clockwork sort
it has,
of.
but it's a different person each time, which is what's nice to see. Is you're getting contributions from several people along the way. You've had, I think, on this drive, a couple carries with Ponceroff, 3 or 4 by Snodgrass, 2 by Hall.
12 first downs already here by Clay-Battelle in this first half.
That is an impressive stat. I do know right now that this drive started with
7 on this drive. Wow.
7 on this drive. I know this drive started with 10 seconds to go in the first, and we are at about 5:15 now to go here in the second.
And another thing, you got to think about this too, Chance. That's maybe why you call the timeout, because you've had to start at your inside your own 10. You've moved 90 yards down the field. You've mixed some no-huddle. You've been running the same play. Your offensive line's probably tired. Why not take a timeout?
Yep, make sure you score
Caleb
on
Hall here is lined up to take the snap in a Wildcat. He just pushes towards his offensive line. He's in. Touchdown, Clay-Battelle. How about that?
That was actually impressive there by Hall.
I think that was a smart timeout by Coach LePeau to really reset his offensive line to try and get this team understanding what they're doing. And look at this. They're going to run it again. Ponceroff lined up wide to the right. They fumble the snap here. He's going to try and make a play. Hall across the 10. Breaks a tackle, doesn't break the tackle, though, and the two-point conversion fails once again. So with 5:12 left to go here in the half, the Clay-Battelle Seabees lead by a score of 12-0. Aaron LePeau wants to give a shoulder bump to his freshman phenom, I'm going to call him.
He is starting to put up stats like that, that's for sure. I noticed, that was a consistent drive down the field. Like we said, they mixed it up to several people. I think you can, I want to call Caleb Hall the star of the drive, but the fact is Snodgrass had a wonderful, 12 to 15-yard run, I think, on that drive. Then you had the 18-yard pass to Savage. This is a team effort right now, and I do believe
offensive line really showing penetration throughout that 90-plus yard drive. By the way, Chance, something to look out for, that Caleb Hall is stretching out on the sideline.
He is. I mean, they've been using him a lot. And we said we've had lots of time of possession. So
yeah.
He's been working. We'll see we'll keep an eye on that, but that does look like maybe just a cramp in his lower leg.
Get him a banana. There's a 7-Eleven right over here. I'm sure they do sell them.
It is muggy for the end of September. I mean,
yes.
We've got
it's been raining all the last couple of days. It's lifted off for tonight, so it's probably humid. It's 74 degrees, but with the humidity, it probably feels like the mid-80s for these guys out here. Now, for us in here, it feels great. All right, kickoff here, set to go on the left hash again. Line drive kick goes through the defender's legs, picks it up beyond his own 5, stops at the 6, tries to get there, and Tygrats Valley is going to have a long field to go, tackled by, I believe, Ponceroff and Caleb Snodgrass, and Tygrats Valley will take over at their own 8-yard line, first down and 10. Not only does this have a problem, but you should look to see if Nibbit is back in the game, and I don't see him. I still think he's on the sideline, so that really takes out their interior run game.
But I have noticed they've been hitting us on the outside with their speed.
Yeah.
They seem to have a lot of athletes that can run the ball outside.
So now they're going to run that Wildcat formation. Reverse. Corey Cohen gets the initial hit, but Maverick Gum will lay the blow at the 12-yard line, so it'll be a gain of 4, second down and 6.
Trying to figure out who that is on the play there.
That was Corey Cohen and Maverick Gum.
Is that McAtee on the run?
Oh, you were talking about on the carry.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Biased CB announcer trying to give CB's credit. Yeah. But here Chance is doing his stats for me, and I appreciate that. I only had to do it for about 2 plays tonight.
All their jerseys seem to be rolled up, and the numbers are overlapping, and it's a struggle.
Same formation here. They're going to drop back to pass, though, this time. Pressure coming. Drennan rolls to his left, throws a deep ball, overthrown. The intended receiver was Woods. Savage lands on the coverage.
He was right there with them. Savage always seems to be right there. The biggest issue they run in, and I wonder if maybe it's we had to switch to him safety. Savage
He had about 6 inches on him. Trips to the right here, lone receiver to the left. The running back is to the quarterback's right. Flag on the play. I think it's going to be a delay of game because it's the far side judge who threw the flag.
Tygrats Valley did not.
Delay of game. So that'll back it up 5 yards, and that'll make it 3rd down and 11. Very tight against your own territory here. So now, Chance, you got to kind of worry even if you drop back to pass here, if you take a sack, you could take a safety.
Yeah, it puts you in a position where maybe you just
run it and punt it.
You run it and, punt it at that point in time.
Or you may get the first down. I mean, it's just. All right, 1 wide receiver to the left. Actually, sorry, 2 wide receivers to the left. There's a wing back to the right. He gets sent in motion behind the quarterback. Drennan drops back to pass. Has an open receiver. Good pass coverage there, though, by Ponceroff. Woods was open on the wheel route. He motioned from the wingback position to the right, came around, and just kind of held his run. And I'll tell you what, if Ponceroff hadn't tipped that ball, he may still be running.
That is a play that I've spoke to you about and at least spoke to my friend up at work as we've talked about it. That wheel route has killed us all season long. It's nice to see that adjustment that maybe they talked to Ponceroff about that play, and he was definitely cutting in on it.
4th and 11 here. Ponceroff is back deep to receive. Snap is good. Punt is very good this time. It's going to be at about the 40. Gets a Tygrats Valley friendly bounce. Now bounces Clay-Battelle's way. And they will take over in opponent territory down at the 49-yard line. 1st down and 10 CBs. Good job there by Ponceroff, not trying to be a hero. Just let the ball bounce. You're probably still going to get the ball in opponent territory. Caleb Hall is still on the sideline. He wanted to go in. LePeau said, don't worry about it. We'll keep Snodgrass in.
It's 3:46. They only took like a minute and 14 off the clock. Gives the CBs plenty of time here to see if maybe we can get a 3-score lead before the half.
However, you only have 1 timeout, so you got to use that conservatively. Ball on the 49. Savage goes in motion from left to right. High snap. Snodgrass tries to fall on it, but he can't corral it, and it's Tygrats Valley football. I think the snap maybe just came in a little bit too hard, Chance. I mean, it's just miscues, man, miscues. And
I hear hold on to the ball. And some comments down below, but it's, I can tell you this, looking right now at the line of the drives, it goes TD, fumble, TD, fumble.
1 play, 1 fumble. 1st down and 10. Tygrats Valley takes over in opponent territory at the 47-yard line. 1st down and 10. Reverse here to McAtee. McAtee gets pulled behind. Does Ponceroff have the ball?
He has the ball, but I think they had possession.
They're saying CB football.
He went in and just grabbed the ball. Spun him around, and I've always heard 50-50 possession. You give it to the offensive player, so he had to have more than 50-50, even though they are discussing it right now as we speak, but the chains have already moved. So this will be interesting to see how they first down, even after the conference.
All right, 1st down Clay-Battelle after a trading of turnovers here. Clay-Battelle takes the ball, and now we're going to have a flag here.
I'm pretty sure the coach of Tygrats Valley is not the happiest person in the world right now. And he went over and he goes, "Hey, I come from a middle-class family." And I'm pretty sure that's what he said to him.
It's a sideline warning, so it won't be a penalty this time. I think he said something the referee didn't like, and he's like, you know what, I'm just going to give you a sideline warning this time.
Yep.
Not going to give you any yards, but
I'd say he may have.
That's one, you've been warned. And the Tygrats Valley coach says, I've been warned. What are you, my first grade teacher? All right. They short motion Landon Savage. Ponceroff's going to roll to his right. He's got Morgan open. Oh, had too much time to think about it, and he's kicking himself. It is an incomplete pass. Would have been a big gain at the 30-yard line. Unfortunate.
It is. He wanted to run without the ball was the problem.
Yeah. Well, it didn't really hit him in stride, but it's a 50-50 ball. You got to come down with it first. It's still a big gain. You can celebrate a little bit, you know.
Yeah, you gain 20 yards on that, that's a good play.
Savage goes in motion from left to right. They hand it off to Hall. Hall breaks the tackle at the 50 and carries the defender over to the 48. And I think Hall goes down hurt, but it might be a cramp.
Timeout for an injury.
I can tell you that the fumble and the sideline warning on Tygrats Valley coach has lit a fire.
All right, we're going to take a break here, and when we come back, we'll get an update on the injury here on WAJR.com.
For over 2 decades, Morgantown Power Sports has been serving Morgantown and the surrounding area, providing the highest customer service and overall value in the power sports industry. Home to Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki, Kawasaki, and KTM. You'll find everything you need for your on- and off-road enjoyment, including a full line of parts and accessories. Morgantown Power Sports, a proud supporter of high school athletics, on the mile ground or online at morgantownpowersports.com.
When the whistle blows, your favorite player will be ready, but will you look the part? MPB Print and Sign Superstore helps you support your favorite team or player with personalized gear. Cheer them on in style with custom apparel for teams, players, and families. Don't stop there. Complete your look with some custom bags, flags, signs, and stickers. Not going to the field? Brand some apparel for your upcoming event or fundraiser. All at mpbonline.com. A proud supporter of high school athletics.
This is Clay-Battelle High CB's football on WAJR.
Cramp injury here for Caleb Hall as they're attending to the injured player. So he'll probably be fine. As you said, Chance, it's a little hot, it's a little muggy out there. Definitely got
Caleb didn't start the first couple games at tailback, so he is definitely getting used a lot more than he's used to. He got used a little bit at Valley Wetzel, but Valley Wetzel dominated time of possession last 2 Mondays ago, because we got the great win versus Trinity on Friday that we dominated them 1-0.
All right.
It was almost like they didn't show up for it.
So Caleb Hall is being helped to the sidelines by trainer Kim Cohen. It will bring up 3rd down here and about 7 for Clay-Battelle and Chance. So let's talk about that. Lit a fire under the sideline here, because I tend to agree with you. You've heard the teams and the coaches yelling every time they make a play. They feel like they got hosed on that turnover call.
They do, and they know this is crucial. Like, they know we're only down 12-0. We're going to get the ball at the beginning of the second half. Let's just not give up no points. Take this motivation and find a way. And the fact is, Tygrats Valley has moved the ball some.
Caleb Hall just walking over with a little bit of a limp here. Snodgrass back into the game at tailback. They fake the handoff. They're going to do a short little screen pass to Savage. Savage gets across the 45, very close to the 40, which is the line to gain. You're now going to force a decision here out of Aaron Lepeau. It's 4th down and 1 here in opponent territory. What do you do here? I like this idea. You go no huddle. Trips receivers to the right. And a flag and a hard count, and just like that, it's first down and 10 Clay-Battelle. That is excellent discipline there by the Seabees players.
That is the 5th penalty on Tygrats Valley. I did just get information that Hall has 14 carries for 97 yards and 2 TDs.
Well, certainly the player of the game so far here.
Now we can say Snodgrass has ran decently well.
Yeah.
Ponceroff's had some good runs. I think Maverick Gum had one run.
For a yard.
For a yard.
2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They motion Savage from the left to the right. Hand it off to Snodgrass. Snodgrass breaks a couple tackles, gets across the line of scrimmage, and goes past the 35 over to the 32. Second down and about 5 here for Clay-Battelle.
Just the difference in tailbacks. You notice Snodgrass, when he gets hit,
he's a dancer.
He stops. It stops. When Caleb Hall hits somebody, the pile keeps moving forward.
Same play here. Savage motioning from left to right. They're going to throw a deep ball, laying it out there over the back shoulder of Josiah Morgan, and it's a miscommunication.
Looks like
there's
a
flag.
roughing the passer on Tygrats Valley is what I believe we're going to get called. Well, hold on.
Holding. Well, that made third down and manageable, second down and rough.
On the offense. It's a 10-yard penalty. Replay the down.
Cameron Mercer called for the holding call.
That'll also be Clay-Battelle's 5th penalty, so each team with 5 penalties right now.
Certainly can say it's been an evenly called game. The only thing that really feels uneven right now is the scoreboard.
It is. I agree, because both teams have driven the ball.
And maybe time of possession, because it feels like Clay-Battelle's had the ball a lot, Tygrats Valley the ball a little. All right, they motion Savage from left to right. Hand it off to Snodgrass. Snodgrass going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. I have a feeling that Tygrats Valley is probably going to make some halftime adjustments and basically say, you can beat us, but that play will not.
I agree, and they seem to have maybe already made that adjustment.
And it's going to be a timeout here. I believe it's by Tygrats Valley, because the far judge on that sideline is the one who blew his whistle. It is Tygrats Valley timeout, and smart to conserve the clock here with 1:39 left to go in the half, where Clay-Battelle leads by a score of 12-0. So let's reset here, Chance. First drive of the ball game for the Seabees. Caleb Hall touchdown. Started in opponent territory after a good kick return. You march the ball down the field, you score a touchdown. Tygrats Valley showed nothing on their first drive. They end up punting it away. Clay-Battelle marches down the field again, gets down to about the 2-yard line, fumble. And then Tygrats Valley shows some life on offense, but due to an injured Jamal Nesbitt, their offense kind of stalled a little bit on the goal-to-go drive. They turn over on downs. Then Clay-Battelle marches down the field about 95 yards and goes for 6. That takes a lot of time off the clock. The rest of the first quarter and most of the second quarter. Then we trade fumbles back and forth. Two drives where it ends in turnovers, both on back-to-back plays. Now we're at Clay-Battelle with a third down and long here with 1:30 left to go in the half. Snodgrass to Ponceroff's left. Savage goes in motion from left to right. Snap is back. It's a straight drop back pass. They've got Savage. Actually, no, I think that's Gum.
That's Maverick.
So Maverick gets a gain of about 10 on the play, and it'll bring up fourth down and definitely more manageable. I'd say about 4th down and 6 here for Clay-Battelle. The clock is running. No need to be in a rush here. He may want to take this one down and possibly call a timeout. Now, I actually agree with this decision here if you're Clay-Battelle.
I like the point of getting a play in and getting the play ran here. Now, I may not snap it until 2 seconds left on the clock, but...
On the play clock, you mean?
Yep.
Okay.
But I think they're going to call the timeout.
Yep, they are going to call the timeout here. So Clay-Battelle has none remaining. on a 4th down and 6 with now 48 seconds left. So we'll see what they draw up here. You got to imagine that he's going to call 2 plays in the huddle. He's going to say, you're going to do this, you're going to get the first down, and then you're going to immediately go call this.
I can
and then
see
we'll
that.
and then we'll decide from there. If you end up being in bounds on the second on the second play, spike it.
Yeah, I can see somebody going deep to the end zone here, and then everybody else going for the first down.
Who would you like going to the end zone here?
I want Josiah going to because I feel he's my speed receiver. I feel my possession receivers are Snodgrass and Savage.
Hear me out here. I'm going to draw up a play for you. Tyson Price goes deep to the end zone. He's one of your fastest receivers. And then your 2 best receivers go to the first down marker. That's Josiah Morgan, maybe trailing from the weak side of the lone receiver. And then your main target, who you're looking for, is Landon Savage. And then also you have Maverick Gum being close to the sticks as well.
Agreed.
All right. Let's see.
On that note, there's the one freshman or sophomore boy I haven't seen tonight.
All right, Tyson Price. They're going to drop back to pass here. They're going to throw a deep ball. It's a 2-on-1, and Josiah Morgan drops it. So they will turn over on downs.
Just for the record, I know we were talking about
Did hit him in the hands.
Caleb Hall earlier.
Yeah.
Getting him gloves. At this point in time, I'm going to suggest that we take Josiah Morgan's gloves and put them on Caleb Hall and let Josiah Morgan try to catch a ball without gloves on because they're not doing him any good. I don't know what brand he bought.
This would be your time to say probably Nike. But
I started to say that, but I didn't say it because I figured you'd tell me not to take a shot at Nike, but you're right. They probably are Nike.
All right, 1st down and 10 here for Tygrats Valley. Trips receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Straight drop back here. They're getting pressure. Drennan rolls to the left, goes out of bounds for a minimal gain of 1 on the play. Clock does stop with 32 seconds left, 2nd down and 9. Now, the thing with Drennan is that he's pretty mobile. He will get you some yards, and he has a decent arm. Been told by the play-by-play announcer for Tygrats Valley that he's got a cannon. He's a good baseball player, but he'll float you a couple.
Okay. Put him out there and give you a chance to go get it.
Absolutely. Enter the savage lands at your own risk, as I always say. 2nd down and 9 here. Trips receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Running back is to the quarterback's left. Straight drop back pass. He's looking to his right, and there's a flag on the play, but he's smacked. Who is that?
I think it's Statler, isn't it?
That was Cooper Statler with the sack on the play. There is a flag on the play. They're calling holding on the offense. I would probably decline it, right?
Holding on the offense. That penalty will be declined.
Yep. So he's going to decline it. It'll be 3rd down. And 16. 3rd down and 16 here for Tygrats Valley. Same formation. Trips receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Running back to the quarterback's left. Woods goes out of bounds wisely, does get the first down, close to midfield at the 49. It'll be 1st down and 10 with 11 seconds left. Getting close to Hail Mary territory here, but I would imagine that they probably want to get him to about the 40-yard line.
11.5. You do have a timeout if you're Tygrats Valley, so you don't have to take it all this time.
Middle of the field can be open. Snap is a little high, but he's able to corral it. Pressure coming. And he's going to dump it off to McAtee. Maverick Gum smacks him from behind, but the ball is at the 35.
We got timeout by Tygrats Valley with probably about 1.3 left.
We'll probably have an untimed down.
It'll be 1.3 seconds on the clock is what they're going to put back, would be my guess. Because I was watching their coach as he went down, and there was time on the clock. That was what, number 11, am I correct on the catch?
Yes, that was McAtee. Noah McAtee.
Please put 2 seconds on the game clock.
All right, 2 seconds on the game clock here. Clay-Battelle leads by a score of 12-0. Tygrats Valley will get the ball to start the second half if they score here on a Hail Mary attempt.
There you go.
You
That's
know,
your 2 scores.
You're right back in it.
They're going to need a little bit better pass protection than they've been getting on these plays because Clay-Battelle has been getting one person free every time.
Do you think about maybe sending a blitz from the secondary and just putting a couple guys back deep?
Yeah, looking at it right now, I don't see that, but your defensive line's been getting pressure by themselves. I think it allows you probably to rush the 4. I ain't going to argue with what I see the coaches doing.
All right, trips receivers to the left this time. This will be the final play of the half. Pressure coming. They get to the quarterback, and he's going to be sacked. So they will go into the half down by 12. Clay-Battelle leading by a score of 12-0 over the Tygrats Valley Bulldogs. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the halftime report here on WAJR.com.
Health works for you, for rehab and fitness too.
Keeping high school athletes healthy is something that HealthWorks Rehab and Fitness takes great pride in. That's why our certified athletic trainers work with many area schools during practice and on the sidelines during tonight's game. Unfortunately, injuries do happen in sports, at work, and at home. At HealthWorks, our goal remains the same, to get you back in action. When you need physical therapy, you need HealthWorks. HealthWorks Rehab and Fitness, Morgantown, Westover, Cheat Lake, Blacksville, Smithfield, Waynesburg, Fairmont, and Buchanan. When your body hurts, go to HealthWorks.
Our people make the difference in the way you feel each day. When your body hurts, go to HealthWorks.
Game day is all about fast moves and quick action, and so is Mon Health's ER. Whether it's a minor injury or something more serious, we're ready to get you back in the game. No delays or unnecessary timeouts, just top-notch care that puts you first. When you need care, don't get stuck on the sidelines. Head to Mon Health, where fast wait times are our winning play. Choose Mon Health. Feel the difference. Visit monhealth.com for real-time wait times today.
This is Clay-Battelle High CB's football on.
For over 2 decades, Morgantown Power Sports has been serving Morgantown and the surrounding area, providing the highest customer service and overall value in the power sports industry. Home to Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki, Kawasaki, and KTM. You'll find everything you need for your on- and off-road enjoyment, including a full line of parts and accessories. Morgantown Power Sports, a proud supporter of high school athletics, on the mile ground or online at morgantownpowersports.com.
When the whistle blows, your favorite player will be ready, but will you look the part? MPB Print and Sign Superstore helps you support your favorite team or player with personalized gear. Cheer them on in style with custom apparel for teams, players, and families. Don't stop there. Complete your look with some custom bags, flags, signs, and stickers. Not going to the field? Brand some apparel for your upcoming event or fundraiser. All at mpbonline.com. A proud supporter of high school athletics.
This is the WHAR Halftime Show, presented by the Mon Health System. Feel the difference.
Welcome back. It is halftime here at Clay-Battelle High, where the CBs lead by a score of 12-0 over the Tygrats Valley Bulldogs. Chance, what do you say we take a look at some scores that are going on around the state while we have some time to look here? What do you want to start off? Should we go Quad A this time? Start out in Quad A.
Work our way down.
All right. Spring Mills defeated North Hagerstown, Maryland by a score of 64-0. Number 1, Spring Mills, mind you. Number 2, Martinsburg, up 7-6 on Jefferson at halftime.
Are they playing the middle? Are they playing their middle school team for varsity? That's what I got there.
I
No
think they're
knock on
playing
Jefferson.
varsity. Anyways, Steubenville, Ohio, playing Wheeling Park, and Steubenville leads by a score of 27-3. Morgantown leads Buchanan Upshur 49-0 at halftime. Washington leads Hedgesville by a score of 14-0, and Hurricane leads Cabell Midland by a score of 7-0. Moving on to AAA now. Bridgeport up on Robert C. Byrd 51-0 at halftime. Fairmont Senior up on University 35-7 in the second quarter. Herbert Hoover up 56-7 on AA Sissonville in the second quarter. AA Wayne trailing Nitro 14-6 in the second quarter. Elkins tied with Philip Barber at halftime. Parkersburg South leading John Marshall 28-0 at halftime. Princeton taking on Tazewell, Virginia. That game will be played on Saturday. Spring Valley up 7-0 on number 5 in Quad A, George Washington. North Marion and Lincoln still in the first quarter. Parkersburg tied with Capital in Quad A. Pikeview in AA and Shady Spring will be played on Saturday. Preston defeated East Fairmont in the Buckwheat Bowl 48-20 yesterday to kick off the Buckwheat Festival. Preston County has won 2 straight conference games for the first time since 2014.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was an impressive win by Preston the other day. Even, if I'm correct, I think, no, East Fairmont's AAA too, ain't they? Preston dropped down. Preston was quad, but they were one of them teams that got the exemption. So that's in conference, but, a good win by Preston.
And Winfield is defeating AA Logan by a score of 14-6. Moving on to AA now. We have Roan up on Braxton County 24-0. Frankfort up on North Garrett, Maryland 29-6. Moorfield up on Petersburg, who is in single A, 20-7. Independence and Bluefield will be played on Saturday at 1 p.m. That game has been moved, actually, Chance, due to the bad weather of the hurricane that is going through. Williamstown is up on Poca 41-0 at halftime. That is homecoming also for Williamstown, by the way.
That's really putting a dot on that schedule right there.
Good one. South Harrison is up on Clay County 8-7 in the first quarter. How's that game still in the first quarter, by the way?
I got a feeling we haven't gotten an update there is what I'm thinking.
Wheeling Central up on a Pittsburgh Perry, some school in Pennsylvania. They're up 27-0. Mount Point Pleasant and Mingo Central will be played on Saturday, once again, due to the inclement weather of the hurricane. Liberty Harrison up on Grafton 14-7 in the second quarter. Buffalo and Liberty Raleigh being played on Saturday. And then Midland Trail up on Summers County 16-6 in the second quarter. Oak Glen and Berkeley Springs being played on Saturday, not due to the hurricane. Chapmanville and Scott tied at 7 in the second quarter. Moving on to the most important thing to our listeners, single A. Number 1, Tug Valley and Morgan County, Kentucky being played on Saturday. You guessed it, due to the hurricane, along with Van and number 2, Riverview. Number 4, Wahama taking on number 13, Work County. And Wahama ain't missing a beat. 61-8 in the second quarter.
That team without Van Meter has highly impressed me because Van Meter was a show by himself. And to see what that tailback's been able to do, and that team altogether to be as good as they've been this year has been a shocker to me.
Madonna and Steubenville Catholic being played on Saturday, and then we do not have an update yet on Valley Wetzel and Bellsville, Ohio.
That's because nobody down there has a phone signal whatsoever.
If you have Verizon, you can get a signal. Tucker County and Webster County tied at 0 in the first quarter. Doddridge County up on Ritchie County 28-0 at halftime. Cameron up on Tyler Consolidated 13-6 at halftime. Greenbrier West up on Man 7-0 at halftime. And Tulsa up on Calhoun County 28-0 in the second quarter. And that is it for your games that have updates. By the way, Pocahontas County and Richwood has also been moved to Saturday. Chance, can you guess why?
I'm going to go with Hurricane.
Hurricane.
Okay.
Not Hurricane. Hurricane. the correct pronunciation.
You know, you normally ask me most shocked of any of those scores, and to me it's got to be Martinsburg only up, what was it?
1 point on Jefferson.
7-6 to Jefferson. I just, you know, I laugh sometimes. We get these early rankings from the WVSAC, and I know everything's done by points, but the fact that Martinsburg ain't ranked
purely
number
mathematical.
Ain't ranked number one is kind of funny. I think the fact that Williamstown ain't ranked number one is kind of funny just because of how they've dominated the schedules in front of them. Understand that you take these points of playing up classes and down classes and all that comes into play. But before it's all said and done, I think if you asked any team in Quad A, name the one team you don't want to play in round one, I think they're going to say Martinsburg. You know, you just don't want to.
You know what? Jefferson said, fine, we'll play them.
But at this point in time, it is what they're saying. They're not
Spring
being
Mills,
intimidated.
number one. I mean, they've been beating teams by 50s and 60s and stuff, and you know they're a really good team too. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see. All right, we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have the halftime stats by chance here on WAJR.com.
Health works for you, for rehab and fitness too.
When you attend football games, do you rush to get a seat at the back of the bleachers for back support? Back pain is a common problem and can often be relieved with physical therapy treatments. If you have back pain, see your doctor and ask for a physical therapy prescription. Then see the physical therapy professionals at HealthWorks. With 9 nearby locations, finding quality care doesn't need to be a headache. HealthWorks Rehab and Fitness, Morgantown, Westover, Cheat Lake, Blacksville, Smithfield, Waynesburg, Fairmont, and Buchanan. When your body hurts, go to HealthWorks.
Our people make the difference in the way you feel each day. When your body hurts, go to HealthWorks.
Breathing easy is key both on and off the field. At Mon Health, our pulmonary care team tackles everything from asthma to complex respiratory conditions, delivering personalized, comprehensive care. Our expert physicians work together to break down your treatment options so you and your loved ones can make the right play for your health. Ready to breathe easy? Schedule your appointment today at monhealth.com/pulmonary. Choose Mon Health. Feel the difference.
For 150 years, Lang Monument has helped Morgantown area families honor their loved ones with beautiful monuments. I'm Rob Lang, and the dedication from my family that began in 1874 continues in 2024. From selection of granite, marble, or bronze to engraving and installation, a member of my family will be by your side for generations to come. Lang Monument, Don Knotts Boulevard, across from the Wharf District. See our selection online at langmonument.com.
Now back to the Mon Health System halftime report on WAJR.
Welcome back to Clay-Battelle High, where we are still at halftime, and your score is still Clay-Battelle 12 and Tygrats Valley 0. Chance, you have some stats for us?
I do. These stats for halftime are going to be brought to you by the Morgantown Printing and Binding. From printing, binding, and mailing to promotional items, custom signs, and wraps, MPB is your trusted printing company. You know, we've moved the ball up and down, but it seems like we've spread it out. It seems like between players, and nobody, to me, except for probably Caleb Hall, has impressive stats. I have him with 16 carries, 87 yards. I do know the Dominion Post has a different stat, I think, of 97 yards. Landon Savage has 2 receptions.
By the way, 2
for 25
touchdowns.
yards.
2 touchdowns for
Does
Hall.
have 2 touchdowns, correct. Ponceros, 5 of 11, or 5 runs for 11 yards. Passing, he's 4 for 8 for 60. Biggest stat you can look at, time of possession, I have Clay-Battelle with 16 and a half minutes of the 24 minutes to start off the first half with. You go to Tygrats Valley, you've got Drennan, their quarterback, 6 carries for a negative 6 yards. That sack at the end of it really put a hurt on him. He is 1 for 3 for 34 yards, with Adams being his best receiver with 1 catch for 16 yards. Their time of possession, 7.5 minutes. I mean, I feel it's been a pretty equal game to begin with. I do know the fumble seemed to light a fire underneath Tygrats Valley towards the end of the half. I'm really interested to see how they come out this first drive in the second half. I do want to see if Nesbitt's able to get back out there, you know, get a halftime to go in see if we can get that ankle wrapped up, or if it's just so bad that he ain't going to be able to come out. But they were able to run to the outside on us. I felt with some of their athletes, they were using misdirection, getting some nice runs out of it. It'll be interesting to see the adjustments our defense makes, maybe trying to stop a little bit of that. I do believe we got ourselves a ball game in the second half, which is something that we haven't been able to say a whole lot, I feel like, lately. I feel like Valley Wetzel kind of had the upper hand on us. I felt like Weirton Madonna had the upper hand on us, even though we played a phenomenal second half with them and kept the game, pretty well even in the second half.
I tend to agree. I mean, this is the first time since week 1 where you really have to defend a lead. And to tell you the truth, you never really felt like you had to defend it. You just had to keep attacking 100 because the weaknesses, I guess we should say the mismatches were so vast. This time, I think this one's a little bit more even. However, you're not playing from behind, as you said. Tygrats Valley does get the ball to start the second half. What would you do if you're Tygrats Valley? Would you try to go back to that kind of wishbone and run the ball, try to get some of that time of possession back, or do you maybe kind of stick with what you've been doing and maybe spread the ball around a little bit more?
I still like their 3 wide and 4 wide they've been running because I feel they've been getting yards on the reverse. Ponceroff's made some nice tackles. We've evened it out a little bit. I do think we've made some adjustments. But if I'm them, I still want to run outside because I feel that's the big play. And it seems like they're loaded with some athletes. They pounding it up inside. With Nesbitt not being there, I think is a problem for them trying to run that wishbone offense because they don't got that power back up the middle. As far as coming back on defense, if I'm them,
that inside zone's not going to beat me.
Yes, that's pretty well it. When Savage comes in motion, we got to stop that tailback no matter what that runs that same direction as him. And, opened it up a little bit. Clay-Battelle's had some passes that should have been completed, hit receivers in hands that were dropped. And if I'm Tygrats Valley, I got to go, they're hitting them in the hands, they're dropping them. But I would rather that beat me.
Something else
than for that run. And I think you're going to see them come out and set up to try to stop that run here in the second half. And I can also see Clay-Battelle coming out. You may see a little bit more of Maverick Gum moving to the back to where they're just going to want to run the clock. I do think the key stat in the second half to keep an eye on is turnovers. I do believe that, if Tigers...
Do you think there's more turnovers in this game?
I do, and I think they could be crucial turnovers. I mean, you look right now, we could be looking at an 18-19 zip game if you just don't fumble the ball on the 1 foot line. Knock on Caleb Hall out, but he was the one that fumbled it. I do feel it was a bad snap. He never got the clean handoff, so I think it was a mixture of a whole bunch of stuff there that led to that turnover. But, you brought up the point of LePeau bringing up, we need this red zone offense. Like, red zone possessions need to end in points. And as Meatloaf said, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. But if you ask LePeau, he tells you it ain't that good, though. We need to be able to come out here, get in the red zone, and put some points on the board because right now when you should be up 3 possessions and this opening drive not matter for Tygrats Valley, if they go down and score, all of a sudden I think you're going to see that team get a lot of motivation and confidence and be like, you know what, maybe like we kind of felt, or I'll say the game I talked to with a buddy of mine when I went and watched West Green play last week when Trinity canceled. They played the worst quarter and a half of football I think they've played maybe in a decade from what I've heard. Like, it was horrendous, but they kept coming, and they got in that second half, and once they got that second score of theirs, it was on from there. And that's, if you're Clay-Battelle, this opening drive by Tygrats Valley, you need to shut it down, not let them get any type of confidence, because if they get it back to a one-score game, you've already discussed they've got a kicker. You've missed both your extra points. All they got to do is now kick it through the upright, 1 of 2. They ain't even got to make both of them through there if they can find a way to hold you. And it's done. In that game I went to, the Mapletown Mapes. Like, I've come to find out, Pennsylvania has mastered nicknames over there. Yeah, something, the Rockets on one of them. I mean, phenomenal nicknames for the team. They took the opening kickoff all the way back. I could see my buddy on the sideline like, oh, here we go, you know what I mean? Then they tried an onside kick. The Mapes did end up with their star tailback hurting his knee on that play, falling over his own player, landing awkwardly, completely changed the dynamic of the game. And for a quarter and a half, the Mapes were controlling it, but weren't able to score. And I kind of go back to here. I mean, we've had a couple drives. I feel like we've dominated going down the field, and we've come away with nothing. So at what point in time do them drives end up being the horror story that you write in the Dominion Post afterwards that, you should have put the game away and you weren't able to because you turned the ball over at the 1 foot line, or you fumbled the ball on a snap, with 39 seconds left to go in the half, and stuff like that comes into play. It will be really interesting. The opening drive is crucial, I think, for both teams, because I think Tygrats Valley, I'll even put it this way, if Tygrats Valley comes down and puts a field goal in because we brought up their field goal kicker, that's going to give them hope. If Clay-Battelle can find a way to stop them, maybe get one of them crucial turnovers that I do think is going to happen in the second half, all of a sudden it's a different game, you know what I mean? You get the turnover, their backs get broken. If they come down and score, now they get a little bit of confidence, like, hey, this ain't the first half anymore. Let's go play some defense.
So I'm looking to see. So he is on the sideline. Okay. So I don't think we're going to see Nesbitt anymore. All right. Well, we'll take a break, and when we come back.
He's looking at Caleb Hall. Caleb Hall is being helped by a player in street closeout, and he is going directly to the injury table. That must have been a rough halftime speech by LePeau. He must have not been happy because Caleb Hall is coming out of the locker room going straight to the trainer's table.
Yeah. They might be just getting some tape up and ready to go. You never know. Okay. I gotcha.
We were just informed Nesbitt was in on the last 2 plays at the end of the half. He was just used as a blocking back. That lets us know that chances are he's at least got a chance of getting in the game, I would say.
Well, I think I'm taking a look at him right now. He's still hobbling a bit, if that's him.
And maybe it's one of those he won't be able to push off from it, but at the same time, if you're looking, like we mentioned, just going
wide. Yeah, that's
wide.
Nesbitt. And it doesn't look like he has any tape on one of the cleats or anything like that. But, yeah, he's walking. He seems like he's all right.
He's not warming up is the only thing I take into consideration right now. But
All right, I'll tell you what. We'll take a quick break here, and then when we come back, we'll have the second half of action here on WAJR.com.
On 104.5 FM. Now back to the
For over 2 decades, Morgantown Power Sports has been serving Morgantown and the surrounding area, providing the highest customer service and overall value in the power sports industry. Home to Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki, Kawasaki, and KTM. You'll find everything you need for your on- and off-road enjoyment, including a full line of parts and accessories. Morgantown Power Sports, a proud supporter of high school athletics, on the mile ground or online at morgantownpowersports.com.
Breathing easy is key both on and off the field. At Mon Health, our pulmonary care team tackles everything from asthma to complex respiratory conditions, delivering personalized, comprehensive care. Our expert physicians work together to break down your treatment options so you and your loved ones can make the right play for your health. Ready to breathe easy? Schedule your appointment today at monhealth.com/pulmonary. Choose Mon Health. Feel the difference.
When the whistle blows, your favorite player will be ready, but will you look the part? MPB Print and Sign Superstore helps you support your favorite team or player with personalized gear. Cheer them on in style with custom apparel for teams, players, and families. Don't stop there. Complete your look with some custom bags, flags, signs, and stickers. Not going to the field? Brand some apparel for your upcoming event or fundraiser. All at mpbonline.com. A proud supporter of high school athletics.
For 150 years, Lang Monument has helped Morgantown area families honor their loved ones with beautiful monuments. I'm Rob Lang, and the dedication from my family that began in 1874 continues in 2024. From selection of granite, marble, or bronze to engraving and installation, a member of my family will be by your side for generations to come. Lang Monument, Don Knotts Boulevard, across from the Wharf District. See our selection online at langmonument.com.
This is Clay-Battelle High Seabees football on WAJR.
Welcome back to Clay-Battelle High, where we are about a minute away from halftime. Just a little bit of an announcement. Your homecoming queen is Miss Paxton King. Talk about alliteration.
That's a different name. I like that name.
Well,
and congratulations to her.
Homecoming queen was Paxton King. Yeah.
I see where you're going with this now. Yeah, I didn't get it to begin with.
There you go. English major, Chance. English major.
Well, I'm from St. Mary's. There ain't nothing English major.
There's no majoring.
There's no majoring coming out of there. I agree.
All right, so the two captains are about set and ready to meet at midfield. I'm looking to see who the Tygrats Valley. It looks like that's Adam Woods set to meet. And as we know, Tygrats Valley is deferred to the second half, so they'll get the ball to start the second half. So, Chance, put me in the mind of the defensive coordinator here if you're Clay-Battelle. Do you sell out to stop the run here?
I think I'm bringing pressure off the edge, maybe bringing my outside linebackers out because they've been running that reverse on us. I'm thinking that you try to keep that reverse from getting outside. Bring the pressure in, force them back to your lineman in the middle.
It should be mentioned on the sidelines. I'm seeing Maverick Gum take snaps.
You know, we did run the Wildcat with him for a while, and maybe they're thinking about going with that for a moment if Caleb is hurt.
All right. So kickoff. This will be the first time. Well, no, sorry. This will be the third time that the kickoff team has been out for Clay-Battelle. I was going to say that it felt like that it was the first time, and it's probably because the time of possession was so lopsided. It hasn't felt like they have really needed to be out there, the kickoff team.
Ponceroff's limping a little bit going out there to do that kick. That may be the reason you see Maverick Gum taking some snaps, and they'll just mix it up a little is what I'm saying, so that he don't have to, get the ball every snap. At the same time, it could have just been practicing the snap because we had some snap problems. Let's see if we get some good kick coverage. Last time we held them to the 7-yard line.
Yep. All right. Low bouncing kick, but the returner's able to corral it here. But good coverage, and they're going to tackle him at about the 30-yard line. That's Austin Gear, the wide receiver, on the return for the Tygrats Valley Bulldogs, and they will take over at their own 30-yard line, first down and 10 with the first possession in the second half. Once again, halftime was sponsored by the Mon Health System. Feel the difference at monhealth.com. Looks like I'm seeing Damian Toothman also out there on defense a little bit.
That's who I didn't see earlier on the offense. I was trying to think. I knew it was a younger player or whatever, but, I didn't see him earlier. But it's nice to see him back out on the field there.
All right, so they're lining up in kind of that power shotgun package, and it's a straight handoff to Drennan. Maverick Gum tackles him out of bounds. Minimal gain of about 3 on the play, and it'll bring up second down. And actually, no, it's a gain of about 2 on the play. Second down and 8.
I did notice there it looked like we put a couple more of what I would say
players in the box.
Speedier athletes out there kind of covering the outside run. I think we do feel without Nesbitt out there.
Corey Cohen's out there at the linebacker position as well.
Yeah, we got some speedier players out there. I do think they think they're going to try to run it outside too.
All right, same formation, tight to the right here. They're going to do that little reverse. Corey Cohen in pursuit, but he's got some room and space outside to run. He's across the 50 and tackled over at about the 48-yard line, and it will be a first down. That reverse play really working well for the Tygrats Valley Bulldogs. That's Noah McAtee on the carry.
Tackle made by Snodgrass.
Snodgrass on the tackle for the CBs, and now the Bulldogs have the ball in opponent territory down to the 47.
Brings the ball up to the 47-yard line.
First down here. Going to hand it off to the running back, it looks like. Nice tackle there by Josiah Morgan. Just stood up the ball carrier. That was Adam Woods on the carry for the Bulldogs. It's going to be a loss of 1, second down and 11. good tackle there by Morgan.
It was. Woods has 2 carries for a negative 3 yards, so we found a way to stop him behind the line of scrimmage. We need to do the same with McAtee, who's had a couple good runs on us.
Well, McAtee's just getting it because they look like they're going to run straight up to the right side, and then they're getting it on that reverse. All right, 2nd down and 11 here. Tight to the right again. False start. I believe it was one of the wide receivers that jumped the gun a little bit. Number 1. I think that was the first time number 1's Elijah Stanley's really been in the game, too.
So that'll bring up a little bit anxious.
Yeah, so it'll bring up 2nd down and 16 here for the Bulldogs. Back into their own territory now, but very close to midfield at the 48-yard line. Also got to wonder if they were looking for a big pass play because one of the wide receivers was going deep. Twins receivers to the left, a wing back to the right. They motion him out behind the ball carrier. They're going to do a little swing pass here. Woods has the carry, makes Ponceroff miss. Corey Cohen tries to tackle him, can't get there. And it's Maverick Gum pushing him out of bounds. He's going to be just short of the line to gain. Line to gain is the 40 or 37. Ball is at the 39, 3rd down and 2. So that's the second play that we've seen that kind of motion behind the quarterback be the primary target that they're looking for. First it was a wheel route down deep. Second time it was a screen, a little bit of a swing pass, or I guess you could call it a toss. Anyway, 3rd down and 2 here. Same formation with a Wildcat tight to the right. Drennan's going to take it himself. He does get the 1st down.
Or does he?
Or it's going to be close, but I think he got there. Line to gain was
does not show him as doing it. They're giving him 1 yard. It'll be 4th and half a yard.
They are going to mark him short by a few inches. 4th down and less than a yard here. They'll very clearly go for it. Got to be careful of a hard count. They do have a 4-man front here. I wouldn't be surprised if they maybe make a substitution to try and make it a 5-man front. Maybe put Gump in there right up against the center.
Drennan is bending over. He is not 100% after that last tackle. It'll be interesting to see. I think they're going to run Nesbitt.
All right.
They have brought him in.
They do hand it off to Nesbitt. Nesbitt is going to get the 1st down. Actually, the ball might be loose. What are they going to say here? Referees are talking. We have the ball.
It's just a matter of was he down or was he not down?
Toothman had the ball. They have not. They still haven't.
The ref said back off. I thought he was motioning Clay-Battelle ball, but he was motioning.
The refs still have not signaled whether it's 1st down Tygrats Valley or 1st down Clay-Battelle. 3 referees conversing. We got to come to a decision here, guys.
They're like, we can speed this game up. We can make it to Steak and Shake.
Yeah. Still have not gotten a decision.
Nobody clearly seen it, I think.
There was an inadvertent whistle on the play. The play will be replayed. 4th down.
There was an inadvertent whistle on the play, and they're saying that they are going to replay the 4th down. I have never heard that before. You can either give it a 1st down to Tygrats Valley or you can give it a 1st down to Clay-Battelle. To tell you the truth, I wouldn't have been bothered by either decision. Either way, 4th down and inches here. They're going to take a QB keeper to Drennan here. Drennan, I don't think he's going to reverse field. Fumbles the ball. And it's going to be Clay-Battelle CB football either way. And I'll tell you what. You know what? And now there's some pushing and shoving.
Oh, there's a lot of pushing and shoving.
Now there's a flag. LePeau trying to get his boys back.
Yep. Hit him in between the line of scrimmage, boys.
And you hear coaches yelling, get on the sideline.
You still got 2 quarters of football left to hit somebody. You don't need to do nothing cheap.
Yeah.
I can tell you this, the Tygrats Valley coach, once again, he don't have a complaint on this play, in my opinion. It's the play before. You either got to call the fumble or you got to call the first down.
Well,
you can't run a whole play and say there's an inadvertent whistle, because that isn't what the conversation was about. The conversation was about, did we see a fumble or not? I don't think anybody's seen it. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
I seen a Clay-Battelle guy on a ball, stood up, and he's like, hey, it's our ball. Nobody's seen it, and I think at that point in time, if nobody's seen it, Clay-Battelle fans, listeners may not like this, it should have been Tygrats Valley ball with the first down if nobody's seen it.
So they are going to call a personal foul. They are going to call a 15-yard penalty on Tygrats Valley. So just like that, it goes from midfield to the 35-yard line. And Chance, I'm going to show my bias here, but the ball doesn't lie, okay? It just doesn't. And right there, they couldn't come to a decision on whether they wanted to give it Clay-Battelle football or Tygrats Valley football. As you said, I would have been fine with either decision, but the ball didn't lie. Clay-Battelle takes over 1st and 10, now in opponent territory at their own 35-yard line. Maybe they should have just called it a fumble on the original play. They hand it off to Snodgrass here. He pushes forward, cuts across the 30, and gets down to about the 27-yard line. 1st down and 10. It's not going to get to the sticks there. It's going to be 2nd down and 1. I say take a shot at the end zone here and bury them.
Just pound them. Just pound. Your boys are wanting to hit somebody right now over whatever happened down here. Let your big boys just pound them into the ground. Of course, you know I'm a 3 yards in a cloud of dust type of guy anyway.
2nd down.
So now they're taking a little while to get the play in here. You break the huddle here with 12 seconds, so you got to hurry a little bit. Snodgrass to Ponceroff's left. 2 receivers to the left. Stack tight. No motion. Straight handoff to Snodgrass. Snodgrass gets to about the 35-yard line. It's very close to the 1st down. If not, it's going to be 3rd down. Nope, they're going to say move the sticks. 1st down and 10, Clay-Battelle. You know, Chance, I've watched a lot of football. I've watched a lot of high school football. I've seen high school football in Iowa. I've seen high school football in West Virginia. I've seen high school football in Ohio. I have never, in my 26 years of young life, ever heard of a play called an inadvertent whistle and told to replay the down.
I agree. Because that inadvertent whistle, somebody should have just kept blowing their whistle. I never heard the whistle is the funny part.
All right, Snodgrass takes the handoff, and he's going to be met in the backfield. So that's going to be a loss of about 2 on the play. Brings the ball back to about the 27-yard line. Line to gain is the 15. 2nd down and 12.
I mean, I brought up turnovers at halftime. I brought up the crucialness of that opening drive by Tygrats Valley. You follow it up with this. If you're Clay-Battelle and you put this in, you can break the backs of your opponent.
Maverick Gum is lined up at the running back position. 2 receivers on each side. Snap, handoff to Gum. Gum running on his way through. Cooper Statler helps out his teammate after a nice pancake block there. It brings up 3rd down and manageable, 3rd down and 5. Gain of about 7 on the play. Ball is at not quite the right hash, but it's pretty close to it at the 20-yard line. Once again, line to gain is just shy of the 15. So you're a little bit shorter than 5 yards, but we're going to call it 3rd down and 5.
And you're in that red zone possession that I was talking about.
Right at it. Maverick Gum to Ponceroff's left, 2 receivers on each side. Handoff to Gum. Gum trucks his way forward. He's going to get close to the 1st down marker, but I don't think he got there. Gain of about 3 on the play. And it'll bring up 4th down, actually gain of 4. 4th down and about 1.5 for Clay-Battelle. The ESPN analytics say go for it, so they're going to go for it.
Yeah, at this point in time, you don't have a kicker. You're not even kicking extra points, so you go for it with 1.5 yards.
Maverick Gum, same side to the left side. Hard count, They fake the hard count. Hand it off to Gum. He's definitely going to get that first down. He's past the 15 down to about the 13.
From the ball carrier.
Also should be mentioned, Maverick Gum's coming out party last year was against Tygrats Valley. Zach Hall hurt.
And it took Caleb Hall this time.
Yeah.
Getting hurt in
now
the
it's
first
Caleb
half.
Hall's coming out party. But
his injury has looks like forced the coaches to go back to Maverick Gum at the tailback position.
Same formation, 2 receivers on each side. Maverick Gum to the quarterback's left. They hand it off to the right here. It's going to be down at about the 10, maybe the 9. Depends on where they spot it. Yeah, it's going to be at about the 9. The line to gain is about the 2.5-yard line. So you're going to be at about 2nd down with 7 left to go here. Gain of 3. Boy, I'd really like a play action. Just kind of roll that out to the strong side here of your wide receivers with Josiah Morgan and Landon Savage because they keep looking at that side. Now here it comes. They're going to fake the handoff. Ponceroff fumbles the ball.
I think he got on it.
I think he did get on it. It's going to be
2.
a loss. Yeah, it's going to bring it back to almost the original line of scrimmage at about the 12-yard line. Once again, the line to gain is the 2.5. It's going to be 2nd down and a very long 9. Substitutions coming in here.
3rd down?
Or 3rd down, sorry. So they break the huddle here with about 12 seconds left to go. You have 2 downs to play with, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Line up in a Wildcat package. Maverick Gum set to take the snap.
LePeau didn't like something.
He did not.
We'll get a timeout here. Clay-Battelle.
So 3rd down and 9 here, Chance. You've kind of shown that inside zone to the right side. Also some offensive line adjustments. I don't know if you noticed, but now Cooper Statler and Zach Gump are on the same side.
You're trying to I did not see that, but you're just trying to power one side of it and move, and them's 2 big boys to have leading that line up there. And that may be the adjustment because now you don't have Maverick blocking for Caleb, so you don't have that big blocker for Maverick, so you really ain't bringing in a fullback to block for him. You just got to move your 2 big offensive linemen to one side.
Boy, I tell you what, though, I think that play action pass where you roll out to the left side is wide open.
I mean, there's some part of it was, but they did try getting a little bit fancier. You were gaining 3 and 4 yards with Gum on the right side. You tried to do something besides that, and you almost lost the football. To me, I come out here and I ground and pound the next 2 times with Maverick Gum over that right side and see what I've done. Worst case scenario, I'm giving them the ball probably at the 5-yard line. But let's see what LePeau thinks after his time out here.
All right. Maverick Gum lined up back at tight end here. Snodgrass is to the quarterback's right. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They motion. Savage. Going to roll to their right here. Throw it towards the end zone. Broken up. Incomplete. The intended receiver, I believe, was Gum. No, it was Tyson Price.
Nice defense by Tygrats
4th
Valley.
down and 9 here. So now what do you do, Chance?
This is the reason you should have ran it the last play, Ethan. Okay, because now you set yourself up that you have to pass. Whereas if you run, even if you get 4 or 5, you put yourself back in that position
but
where you can run or pass.
Why not do a flea flicker?
Hey, I'm all about Statue of Liberty right now. Maybe a fumble rooski.
All right. Ponceroff rolls to his right. They're going to swing it over to Gum on a reverse screen pass, and he trips over his own 2 feet and falls at least forward. And now he's
cramping.
Yeah, he's cramping. He's trying to walk it off.
They may want to take the school bus down to Morgantown and use Law School Hill for a couple days next spring and make sure we take care of this conditioning problem I'm seeing.
Maverick is really trying to walk that off. Anyway, it's a turnover on downs. Tygrats Valley will take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line. Gump goes in as a late substitution here. They fake the handoff. Drennan's going to take the keeper here. And he's going to be across the 10 at about the 12. I'll tell you what, Drennan is not a big guy. And he keeps taking those inside hits like that from big boys. You're going to get him hurt. I think that was a gain of about 6 on the play.
Tygrats Valley, I mean, you're still not out of this game. Go down, put it in the end zone. Make things interesting.
I mean, there's 2 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. This second half has really flown by fast so far. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They hand off to that 1 receiver to the right in motion. Woods,
he's got a hole.
He's got a hole, and he's into the open field. He's got 1 man to beat in a foot race, Josiah Morgan. Josiah Morgan doesn't have the angle. 20, 10, 5, touchdown.
That will be 86 yards on the run.
Wow.
Yes. Woods.
Adam Woods on a 90-plus yard touchdown. I'm sure that makes him over 100 yards on the day.
No, it does not. He brings him right to 99 yards.
Wow.
Oh, mine. Now, I can confer with the Dominion Post here if I'm correct. What do you got for him? I got 99. That was 86 is what I had. I had him at the 14. Okay. We're close. That's what we're going to do.
Extra point pending here.
Hold on, Ethan. You said I couldn't talk about it, but I'm going to go there. It's the margin of error right now in the yards gained.
Yeah.
As far as we do polling issues right now, but he's right close to 100. Oh, got through.
And they got through, and it is no good. All right, so it still makes it a guaranteed 1-score game here.
That was Cooper Statler there coming through the middle and making a miss that we brought up. They got a good kicker. You know what? There's one of the 2 we needed them to miss if they score again.
1:51 left to go here in the third quarter. It's a 1-score game. We'll take a quick break, come back, and we'll be having the rest of the game here on WAJR.com.
Game day is all about fast moves and quick action, and so is Mon Health's ER. Whether it's a minor injury or something more serious, we're ready to get you back in the game. No delays or unnecessary timeouts, just top-notch care that puts you first. When you need care, don't get stuck on the sidelines. Head to Mon Health, where fast wait times are our winning play. Choose Mon Health. Feel the difference. Visit monhealth.com for real-time wait times today.
This is Clay-Battelle High CB's football on WAJR.
Kickoff set and ready to go here. Getting very close to crunch time here. The witching hour, as they would probably call it in the high school football era. And this is where wins become losses and losses become wins. 1:51 left to go in the third quarter. It is 12-6. Nesbitt set to kick the ball off here. Savage and Josiah Morgan back deep to return. Nesbitt kicks the ball deep, goes right to Josiah Morgan at about the 18-yard line. He goes to his right, goes to the far sideline, cuts across the 25 down to about the 28-yard line, and that is where Clay-Battelle will take over 1st down and 10. Chance, needless to say here, but this is a crucial drive if you're Clay-Battelle.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I mean, I brought turnovers. Don't know if that was necessarily including turnovers on down. But we can look at it now. You've had 4 possessions in the red zone. LePau brought it up before the game. 2 of them, we walked away with nothing. We turned the ball over. At this time, you need to just take it down and put it in there and, break the backs of your opponent. They had the opportunity to, and they didn't.
All right, 1st down and 10 from your own 29-yard line. Snodgrass, the running back. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Send Savage in motion. Flag on the play.
Illegal procedure. Delay of game, maybe. Did we? Okay. I looked over to the left. It was zeros.
False start on the offense, number 55. It's a 5-yard penalty.
Carson Moore on the false start here for Clay-Battelle. And now that sideline by Tygrats Valley is jazzed again. And this brings to the point, Chance, when you go from 1st and 10 to 1st and 15, you can't get that 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
You can't, but I don't want to see us change our mentality just yet. We've been getting good yardage on the ground. Let's try to keep pounding it and see where we end up for 3rd down.
Snodgrass takes the handoff, gets across the 25 down to about the 26. And it'll be 2nd down and about 14, maybe a gain of 2 on the play, so 2nd down and 13.
I agree with that. Like I said, I still don't like changing the mentality. 2nd and 14 scary. You think you got to pick up a lot of it, and you don't. You got to pick up half of it right now. Put yourself in a manageable 3rd down.
All right. Same formation here. Same play so far. Fake the handoff. It's going to be a QB keeper this time. Ponceroff's got some space. Gets across the 30 over to the 33, depending on where they spot it. It's going to be marked at the 32. 3rd down and manageable here, but still long. 3rd down and 7. What was that a gain of, Chance?
I have him down for 5 on that one. Of course, the spot does look like I probably need to give him 6 on it.
All right. This will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. No motion. Going to throw a little screen pass to Savage. Savage doesn't even get to the 35. Going to be marked down at the 30. They're going to mark him down at the 35.
We have a questionable fumble. I think they're calling this one down.
Yeah.
Right now, LePeau may want an inadvertent whistle so we can just run the play again. But we'll see what they call.
Anyway, that is the final play of the 3rd quarter. We'll take a break, and we'll have the 4th quarter here on WAJR.com.
Health works for you, for rehab and fitness too.
When you attend football games, do you rush to get a seat at the back of the bleachers for back support? Back pain is a common problem and can often be relieved with physical therapy treatments. If you have back pain, see your doctor and ask for a physical therapy prescription. Then see the physical therapy professionals at HealthWorks. With 9 nearby locations, finding quality care doesn't need to be a headache. HealthWorks Rehab and Fitness, Morgantown, Westover, Cheat Lake, Blacksville, Smithfield, Pittsburgh, Fairmont, and Buchanan. When your body hurts,
In the way you feel each day. When your body hurts, go to HealthWorks.
Tell High CB's football on WAJR.
The games that are won in August. It is 4th down and about 6 here for Clay-Battelle, and they are lining up to go for it. They motion, go a hard count, get all players set. Coach LePeau is very near the referee.
He's going to call a timeout. He wants to see their defensive setup.
Yeah. So timeout coming out of the break here. And that is their 2nd. So you only have 1 left here if you are Clay-Battelle.
I mean, calling that timeout, to me, you've put yourself in a position you have to go for it because you've used that timeout on it. If you weren't going to do that, just take the 5 yards, punt the ball away. So I think he has made the decision. He is going to go for it, but I think he wanted to see what they were going to look like.
What's important to you? Find us on Facebook or call 304-432-8377 for a free quote or consultation, and let's go Seabees.
I think you've got to put it in Poncerov's hand to do something with it. But anybody who runs a route cannot run it short of the 40-yard line.
I think that's a fair statement, Chance.
Because I will give Tygrats Valley credit. Their coverage on things and their tackling has been good. They've
in
been
open
there.
field.
They've made plays. They seem to swarm. I do see Tygrats Valley sideline trying to get the fans, I think, cheering either that or they were motioning for him to come over. I don't know which one that was.
This looks like it's going to be a punt, though. They have nobody back deep. A little rugby-style punt. They are going to fake it. And Tyson Price drops it. He had it in his hands. It was a good hit, and he drops it.
And Tygrats Valley is pumped. The emotion that their players have showed during this game, it makes you wonder, I hate to say it, but it makes you wonder where that is on this sideline.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're playing like we're defeated. And if they keep playing that way with no emotion, we're going to be defeated.
Still a lot of time left, Chance. 11:52 left to go in the fourth quarter. A turnover on downs puts Tygrats Valley in opponent territory at the 35. The ball is on the far right hash. Tygrats Valley working from our right to left. Two receivers to the left. They hand it off to Woods. It's the same play that they scored that touchdown on. Snodgrass gets him out of bounds. And there's going to be a flag here.
We are lucky not to have a
personal foul call.
Personal foul, unless that's what that flag's for, because there was a cheap shot out of bounds there that I would have thrown the flag for if I was the ref. They have been letting them play.
Number 11 on the offense.
They're going to call holding on Noah McAtee. A penalty that you probably needed if you're Clay-Battelle. Pushes the ball back to the 40.
Yeah, I think this is the time of the game right now. Just looking at at Clay-Battelle, one of them captains has got to step up and just start screaming at his teammates. Like, there's no emotion.
They're going to line up in that shotgun package, but it's tight to the right. Drennan reverses field. Excellent tackle by Toothman. There was nothing but green turf ahead for Drennan, and Toothman just stuck his arm out and tripped him up. A loss on the play, too, of 1 yard, and that brings up second down and 16.
You know, we got free admission night. I want to give the Clay-Battelle fans credit that I do hear here because I am hearing them. They're still in this game. I'm hoping some of that emotion can transfer to the players.
11 minutes left to go in the game. They line up in that same package, shotgun formation, tight to the right with no wide receivers. They fake the reverse. They're going to pass, and it's complete, beaten over the top, and it's into the end zone. Touchdown, Tygrats Valley. Aiden Fairs
on the catch.
On the catch. The tight end, Snodgrass, tried to bite on the run, but was beaten. Ponceroff tried to catch up with the play. And they are an extra point away from taking the lead. Need Cooper Statler here to try and get past that level again.
I agree.
Somebody jumped off sides. I believe that was Cameron Mercer that jumped off sides.
That don't hurt you a whole lot right here. You're going to give them.
Yeah.
Encroachment on the defense. It's half the distance to the goal. Replay the down.
Maybe you want to get them in a position where you get them to run the two-point conversion, you know, figuring your odds go up a little bit even at half, but I think they're going to stick with that.
To tell you the truth, if I'm Tygrats Valley, I'd think about going for two because
Nah, you've got a kicker right now. You go up. This puts you up one.
All right. Snap is good. Kick is up, and it is good. Tygrats Valley takes the lead with 10:53 left to go in the fourth quarter. Take a break and come back here on WAJR.com.
Health works for you, for rehab and fitness too.
Keeping high school athletes healthy is something that HealthWorks Rehab and Fitness takes great pride in. That's why our certified athletic trainers work with many area schools during practice and on the sidelines during tonight's game. Unfortunately, injuries do happen in sports, at work, and at home. At HealthWorks, our goal remains the same, to get you back in action. When you need physical therapy, you need HealthWorks. HealthWorks Rehab and Fitness, Morgantown, Westover, Cheat Lake, Blacksville, Smithfield, Waynesburg, Fairmont, and Buchanan. When your body hurts, go to HealthWorks.
Our people make the difference in the way you feel each day. When your body hurts, go to HealthWorks.
This is Clay-Battelle High CB's football on WAJR.
All right. 10:53 left to go in the ball game, and Clay-Battelle trails by 1 point over the Tygrats Valley Bulldogs. Kickoff, about ready to go here. Yeah, and messed up on the kickoff here. Referees had them lined up on the wrong side. So they've been kicking it deep, Chance, every time. Do you maybe think about changing it up a little bit?
I think right now you got the lead. You want them to drive the ball. If you're Tygrats Valley, you're going to kick it deep. I mean, there is that part you always think onside kick, but at the same time, I think you kick it deep here. Let your defense play.
They are going to kick it deep. Morgan drops the ball, corrals it at about the 15, bringing up from behind. Hit by Corey Cohen. And they're going to flag that for a block in the back. And
I think we're going to start this drive from inside the 10-yard line.
Yep. I agree with you. And, Chance, that's why you kick it deep.
That is why you kick it deep. There was no urgency by Morgan to get on the ball and go. He just picked it up. Didn't even turn around to go fast. I know I keep emphasizing it here. I mean, maybe I'm getting frustrated, but it's like there has to be some urgency. There has to be some emotion right now. And I'm wanting to see who that's going to be that steps up and makes this happen.
We will take over at our own 5-yard line. First down and 10 here.
The thing is, you got 10 minutes and 39 seconds, and you can use all 10 minutes and 39 seconds. As long as that football ends up in the end zone on the last play, you still win this ball game.
Maverick Gum.
That's a half the distance penalty. So we're going to go from the 15 to the 7.5.
7.5, okay. Maverick Gum is set at running back here. Tyson Price, the tight end. One receiver to the right. That's Toothman. Two to the left. That's Savage and Morgan. They motion Savage from left to right. Hand it off to Gum. Gum gets across the 10. Gets pushed backwards, but forward progress is probably going to put this at about the 12 or 13-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play, second down and 5. Clock is rolling now with 10 minutes left to go in the game. Down by 1.
If you do that every play and you let the clock run down, you're giving it back to them with less than 2 minutes to go.
Same play here. Gets across the 15 down to the 16. Line to gain is the 18. So it'll bring up third down and about 1.5. By the way, I don't mean to be a Michigan scout here, but he said run it again. Maverick Gum takes the snap, gets close to the 20. That will be a first down.
And the thing is, they got to learn to stop it. Because if not, you keep running the same play.
Mm-hmm.
You worry about finding another play when they find a way to stop that play.
First down, CBs.
As you said, you're lining up over here. You got Cooper Statler. You got Gump. You got the beefier line on one side, and you're bringing your beefy tailback. Just keep hitting them.
Snap it, hand it off to Gump. And he gets across to the 23, 24. You're going to mark him at the 24, gain of 4. Second down and 6. Just keep running it until you stop it.
Yep, I mean, you got that beefy line. The line, he's not getting hit until he's a yard and a half deep because of the line.
They hand it off. He got pursued by the edge that time. That was Aiden Fairs on the tackle from the edge. That was a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up third down and 7.
Yeah, that was your running to the right, and your left tackle evidently felt he didn't need the block because it's going the other way, and that guy said, you know what, I'm going to make a play. I can get to him, get to his ankles, take him out.
Maverick is to the right side this time. Fake the handoff, roll to the right, throw it into the hands of Toothman and out of the hands of Toothman. Fourth down. Chance, I think you got to punt it. I think you got.
Running a rollout to the short side of the field for the 18th time. They've seen it against Valley Wetzel because you ran it 12.
Hand it off to Gum, and Gum is going to be really
all
close.
About the spot. It is all. I think that is a first down.
They are going to signal first down. First down to the 31. Look at that. You can run to the left, Chance.
I think everybody thought pass there. We caught them off guard a little bit, but you know what? You go back to 3 yards in a cloud of dust again. I go back to that play and see, but I'm getting word in there to tell my left tackle he's got to hit somebody. You know, we can't catch it from the backside.
Maverick is to the right. Savage goes in motion from left to right. They hand it off to Maverick. Maverick cuts across, then goes to the right side.
Got 3 yards.
Yeah. Actually, did he get 3? Yeah, he got 3. 7 minutes now to go in this game. Second down and 7.
I think you've kept hitting them up there, and I'm still on the point of run that same play, but if you run something different, you run an option between Gum and Ponceroff, and you give that option. Set yourself up on that side of the hash mark.
All right, same formation. We're going to do a QB keeper this time. Ponceroff gets across the 35 over to the 40. Very close to the line of gain. They might mark him they're going to mark him at the 42.5. Good call, good play design, good time for that call. And it'll be first down and 10 for Clay-Battelle.
Yeah, a little change up right there. Maybe give Maverick a chance to catch his breath. Show something different. I'm all right with it. You still ran the same direction. You ran something slightly different.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Maverick is to Ponceroff's right. They motion Savage from left to right. QB keeper again. Ponceroff going to be tackled from behind by Fairs. And he was tackled at about the 45-yard line, so that's a gain of 2 on the play.
You've got to talk to them backside offensive line. They're just
Actually, that is what LePeau is doing. He's getting on whoever's at left tackle. I think he's getting on Cameron Mercer.
Because there's not even a chip block. They're not being touched coming from that backside.
Not to mention the fact that there's only 3 guys on that defensive front.
Yep.
Chance, I do want to say, though, a lot of hands on hips right now if you're Tygrats Valley.
Yep, and that's it. You just ground them, pound them. You need to speed this up. There's 7 seconds on the play clock.
5 seconds now.
Come on. Get
3.
this off. Don't use that timeout.
Hand it off to Gum, and he's going nowhere.
Looks like he got 0 on it. He got back to the line of scrimmage. I wasn't sure if he got that. That's it. Get back up there and run something. Like you said, hands on the hips. I think LePeau's seeing that too.
Here they go. QB keeper. Ponceroff gets across the 45, very close to the 50. They're going to mark him down at the 50, so it'll bring up fourth down and about 3.
Yeah, you don't have an option to go now because you're under 5 minutes, and you've blown your timeouts earlier in the game in this half.
You could also do a hard count here. Ponceroff, QB keeper, and he is going to be met in a short gain. No gain. And Tygrats Valley takes over at the 50-yard line.
I hate to say it, but the line failed you there.
Yeah.
Nobody got blocked. And we talked about hands on their hips, but we've got hands on some of our hips too. Just need your defense step up and make a play.
Yeah.
I talked about turnovers. Now's the time to go get it.
First down and 10 here from midfield. They line up in a wishbone. They hand it off. I believe that's Nesbitt. Nesbitt trucks over a defender, and he's going to be out of bounds. And Cooper Statler is now cramping. But he rolls out of bounds.
And I got a feeling Tygrats Valley, you're going to see that play left. You're going to see it right. And they're going to run it back left. They're going to run it back right. And they're going to say, you're going to stop our big boy because we're just going to let that clock run.
Well, the clock is stopped right now because it's in the fourth quarter and he ran out of bounds. But you're right. It is the same formation. Wishbone. Encroachment. It's going to be a first down and 5 after Gump tried to jump the snap.
Dead ball, encroachment on the defense. It's a 5-yard penalty. Replay the down.
Well, we kind of got a break real quick. I told my girls I'd mention it. My daughters, Lee and Mila, wanted to come tonight and enjoy the ball game with us. They were unable to because Ritchie County has a cross-country meet tomorrow in Ripley, and we got to be out of bed at 4:30 to go make it.
Woo!
But they wanted to be here. Mila was looking forward to being on the radio again. So.
Wishbone formation here. Wide receiver to the left, tight end to the right. They motion the wingback on the right side to the left. They fake the toss, hand it off, and he's going to be stopped for a minimal gain of about 1. Noah McAtee on the carry for the Bulldogs. 4:20 left to go in this ball game. Clay-Battelle trails by 1. Tygrats Valley has the ball at the opponent 32. 32. Line to gain, by the way, is the 28. Wishbone, same formation. Wide receiver to the right, or left, tight end to the right. Hand it off to Nesbitt. Nesbitt powers forward, gets about 1 on the carry, and he gets stopped at the 31-yard line, third down. Chance, do you use your timeout if you stop him on third down?
Definitely has to be thought about. I do, because number one, you get a chance for your defense to get a breather if they're going to go for it on fourth down.
I mean, they have to go for it on fourth down. Well, actually, I don't know. It's a good point.
I would go with them if it was me, because you're already within 3 yards.
They line up in a shotgun formation with no receivers, and they're going to run it to the right. And he gets past the first down marker, and that will move the chains with 3 minutes left to go in this game. So Clay-Battelle, even if they hold them to a 3-and-out here, won't get the ball until about a minute and a half.
Somebody's got to step up and make a play.
First down and 10 here for Tygrats Valley in a wishbone formation. Jet sweep to one of the wingbacks, that's Woods, and Woods gets tackled for no gain, second down and 10.
It's a good play. You've got them in 2nd and 10. Need a couple more of those. We know that they can pass the ball.
Mm-hmm.
If we get put in that position, we do have a couple receivers that we can go deep with.
Second down and 10. Twins receivers to the left. They line up in shotgun with a wingback to the right. They send him in motion. Fake the handoff. It's going to be a QB keeper for Drennan. He fumbled the ball! Did he get it? Did Tygrats Valley get it?
I think they're calling it down where the lineman jumped on it. Not even where it squirted. But
what are they saying here?
Third down.
It's third down. Okay.
Third down.
1:46 left to go in the game. Timeout, Clay-Battelle.
Timeout, Clay-Battelle. That's Clay-Battelle's final timeout.
Final timeout for Clay-Battelle.
You know, I think back earlier in the season, Ethan, and we were kicking extra points. They weren't pretty, but they were going through. And you hate to think that this game's going to come down to the point you couldn't put 2 two-point conversions, even one of them in.
Mm-hmm.
And if you make even one of those extra points right now, we're looking to go into overtime.
I look at this as missed opportunities in the red zone, Chance. I mean, the fumble at the 1, turnover on downs at the 5, you know. You want to talk about 2 points that could have won you the game. There's 12 points that could have put this game out of reach.
Agree. And LePeau brought that up before the game, that we need to do something when we get in the red zone, and it's come back to bite us right now. The game is far from over by all means, but I also see Cooper Statler's on the sideline on this third down play over at the training table. Looks like he's cramping on his right calf.
Third down and about 5 to go here. Wishbone formation, wide receiver to the left, tight end to the right. Fake the handoff to Nesbitt. They try to do a reverse, and Drennan is going to be tackled in the backfield. I think one of the linemen got pushed back, and it tripped out one of the guys, and it's fourth down here. So you're now looking at 90 seconds left to go in this game. You can get it down to a minute here before you even need to snap it.
Yeah, Tygrats Valley, there's no doubt in my mind,
are going to run this down and take a timeout.
Yep. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, they're going to use every second they can. And they're not even moving out of the huddle. Well, now they are.
Now they're breaking the huddle. They might try to do a hard count.
Hard count with 5 to go, yeah.
Now they call timeout. All right. Your ball game here. Fourth down and 7 Line to gain is the 16.5. Ball is at the 23-yard line, 4th down. Still have a ways to go if you're Clay-Battelle to try and score, and you're going to have to do all passes here with 56 seconds left and no timeouts. But we have seen this team go effectively no huddle. We've seen this team be able to effectively pass. What can you do?
Yep.
Who wants it more? We've seen Tygrats Valley blow leads before, you know.
I see them running Drennan to one side with the receiver probably in motion, given the option to do the reverse. Let Drennan make that call, and they'll keep it on the ground, but the play's going to take 10 seconds. In worst case scenario, 46 seconds left to go. You give it over to Clay-Battelle with no timeouts.
And they have to get in the end zone. You don't have a kicker.
Exactly.
All right, ball game here. Shotgun formation. They snap it. Drennan going to keep it himself, and he gets short of the line to gain.
He is short. He's going to gain 5, be a half yard short.
Yeah.
That's going to be Clay-Battelle football.
So 50 seconds left, and Drennan comes up a little bit slowly, and the CBs are not dead yet. Cooper Statler hobbling but comes into the game. Carson Moore comes into the game. You can't say that Tygrats Valley didn't give you an opportunity, and Tygrats Valley is going to use their second timeout here to settle their defense down, tell them it's not the end of the world that you didn't get this 4th down conversion.
I see them going in prevent, just keep it in front of you.
Makes you wish you had Ponceroff at wide receiver.
Oh,
to
beyond a shadow of a doubt. Every time we've gotten in this position where I feel like we needed to throw the ball, I wished we had Ponceroff. And I can tell you this, I've seen Cohen throw in practice.
Yeah.
Maybe you go to it.
I see Mr. Spears below me. Do you think JC has one more year left of eligibility?
Maybe just one drive of eligibility.
Yeah, one drive of eligibility. 50 seconds left. Clay-Battelle has the ball at their own 18-yard line, 1st down and 10. This has been a battle in the trenches, to say the least. But one more opportunity to save possibly even your season. They line up with 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They motion Savage from left to right. Drop back to pass. Ponceroff, pressured, throws, caught, dropped by Tyson Price. And that boy's got the yips now.
You know, I don't want to say this, but everybody's had the yips tonight because Morgan, I think, dropped 2 to 3. That's the 2nd or 3rd one by Price. Just got to catch it, boys, and get out of bounds. There's still 44.5 seconds. You can do a couple 10-yard patterns. You don't need the big play yet.
2nd down and 10. Ponceroff rolls to his right. Pressure coming. Thrown. Deflection there by Adam Woods. Good deflection. Savage was open, but good pursuit there by Woods to just knock the ball away. 3rd down and 10.
You know, this is cruel to say. If I'm LaPoe, I send in the JV offensive line because your varsity has decided they don't want to block anybody. They're just allowing everybody. Ponceroff's running for his life.
All right, 3rd down and 10. 2 receivers to the left. Maverick to the quarterback's right. They fake the handoff, pump the screen, throw it deep, and Josiah Morgan overthrown. And by the way, Liam Moyer comes in and hits the quarterback like he was unblocked.
It has been I'll use one of them media words right now, atrocious to watch the offensive line play of Clay-Battelle tonight. You know that's my big uglies up front that I love to death, but there's nothing you can say positive a whole lot about how they've looked tonight.
All right, ball game here, folks. 2 receivers on each side. They hand it off to Maverick Gum, and he is going to be stopped for a minimal gain, and that is the ball game.
That call will not make many fans happy, but
he had to do something.
You got to throw. No matter how bad an offensive line is, you got to pass there. You have no timeouts.
Well, it's a kneel out with 27 seconds left. You only got to snap it once.
Here's your thing, Ethan. Second drive, fumble, the half-yard line. Fourth drive, fumble. Here's your last 5 drives. Turnover on downs, turnover on downs, turnover on downs, turnover on downs, turnover on downs. You got nobody to blame but yourself for the loss tonight.
And I think that would be the Morgantown Power Sports power play of the game, carrying a complete lineup of Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki, Kawasaki, and KTM. Morgantown Power Sports on the mile ground at morgantownpowersports.com. The final seconds tick off the clock here, 2-1, and it is official. Clay-Battelle goes into half the season 2-3 with a matchup up against, I believe it's Hancock next week. Chance, you'll be here for that. And hopefully you didn't decide to quit tonight.
No, I didn't quit. I question. I think the coaches are going to have to go in at the end of this game, and they're going to have to question the hardest players. And I know that some of the boys listen to our calls over again. But at some point in time, I'll put this out there for those who listen. If you're one of the senior guys on this team, somebody's got to get emotional, because there's no emotion out there on that ball field, and you can't win ball games without emotion.
There's no grit, really, I think is the best word to call it. I mean, there's just, unfortunately, you look at this and you sit there and you go, well, the right side did their part tonight. You tried to move, you tried to switch some things around. Did it work tonight? Yes, and to an extent. But at the same time, that is not a strategy that is built to play from behind when you have one side powerful, one side weak. But at the same time, I think you have to really call this up to turnovers or turnover on downs.
Just turnover on downs. I mean, you can go to red zone offense just like LaPointe said coming into it. We need to put some points on the board when we get to the red zone. We got to the red zone and we didn't put no points on the board.
Yeah.
I mean, we did twice, of course.
Twice.
But there was also twice that we made it down there and we didn't put points on the board. And it's one of those that I know as a coach, you go home.
And you sit there and you go, what do I do?
And you just replay it over and over and over. And it's like, what's different? I do know that, we seem to be running a certain pass play a lot to the short side of the field. And I think Tigers Valley has shown that we're going to have to come up with something slightly different, because they were pretty well keyed on that pass play. They knew exactly where it was going.
Well, at the same time, it's kind of hard because you're running to one side every time. Eventually, you're going to have the ball on that hash, and then you have to roll out to that side of the field.
And I'll go with this. Sometimes you got to set plays up. And I think that's something we're going to have to start concentrating on, is thinking of when we know we want to pass, that even though we always run to the right, that maybe we run to the other side of the field one time just to give Ponceroff that little bit more room. The line was atrocious. Like I said, they're my big uglies. I love them to death, but somebody's got to block somebody. Ponceroff's back there running for his life, throwing things up. You got to give credit to Tygrats Valley, too. I mean, they played a heck of a game. They were down 12-0. They easily could have given up. They could have been down, as we said, 18-0, 24-0, and
Chance, they're 0-4 on the season, and they went down 12-0 early and came back and won. That's heart. That's heart right there.
Yes, and word it that way. Tigers Valley at 0-4 showed what Clay-Battelle did not. And Clay-Battelle coming into tonight, and I ain't going to say it's over because 16 teams make the playoffs, but they played like a team playing for a 16th place in the playoff spot in WVSAC's playoffs, and Clay-Battelle played like the team that was 0-4 and didn't have a chance in the world of doing it. And here's to me, like, you didn't play last week. Why did you not want to play tonight? It's been 2 weeks between games. You should want to come out and play football.
It's homecoming.
It's homecoming. You have everything in the world to play for. The fans showed up. Yeah, it was free admission night. You can call it what it is, but the fact was the fans showed up. The fans were into the game. And when the tide started to change, I brought up the point that the fans were trying to get some emotion in the team. I seen one of the coaches yelling during one of the timeouts. I don't think it was LePeau. I'm not, familiar with, who the coach was. I think it was a defensive coach at that time, but he's trying to show emotion, and you just see boys standing there with this blank stare in their eyes like they're watching some infomercial at 3 a.m. in the morning, trying to sell you something to make
and you just woke up from a cat nap.
Yeah, to make bacon at the 30,000 way we found out how to make bacon. There was no emotion. And it's hard for me because I'm getting emotional up here, and all I'm doing is announcing the game. And it bothers me because, we get to know the boys as we do this. We go down, we talk to them after the games from time to time. And I know there's some that care dearly about what's going on. They've got to figure out a way, those that do, to transfer that emotion to their teammates and get their teammates to want to care as much as they do. And that's where I'm at with things right now. I mean, I know LePeau said, early in the season, I want to make sure that, when you play us, even if we lose, you played us. We played tough football versus you and this and that. And up until tonight.
I'm sorry I didn't feel that tonight.
Up until tonight, I felt like we played that. Even Valley Wetzel, I felt, even though it was a much more lopsided game, that the players played. They were fighting to get into the game. Like it was never over. And we come out this second half, we're up 12-0, and I don't know if everybody went in halftime and said, hey, we got this game won, boys. They're 0-4. Their best tailback's sitting on the sideline with his foot up on the training table. We've got this won. And they come out, and all of a sudden, they get hit in the mouth. And Tygrats Valley starts to believe. And I'll go ahead and tell you right now, I brought it up earlier, and if you go to that Power Sports play of the game thing, the fumble that they gave to Clay-Battelle woke up Tygrats Valley. Them guys over there, which they're on that side of the field that it happened, they were pretty emphatic on the point that it wasn't a fumble. And I think that happened. They went into that locker room, and that coach lit a fire. The fire started right after because they made 2 to 3 defensive plays. But there's no doubt in my mind when they went in that locker room, if I could go in there and get a recording of it, I know darn well the Tygrats Valley coach brought up that play and said, we ain't going to let them steal this game from us. They're going to earn it. You boys ain't break. And the sad part was he was right. They scored. We broke. No backbones, no nothing. I'm a Clay-Battelle fan. I'm buying Clay-Battelle shirts. I'm buying Clay-Battelle hats. I believe in this high school. There's no doubt that my heart will always stay at my alma mater, St. Mary's. But I'm here. This is my second love now to come and root for Clay-Battelle. And I know, talking to the coaches, that this is not the team that they want to put on that field. And we've seen changes already.
And there are going to be more.
And I'll be honest, at this point in time, there's not a position on that ball field. There's not a player on that ball field come next week when I line up to practice on Monday if I'm LePeau that has a starting job. We have no lineup, what do you call that, the starting lineup. There's none of that. There's not everybody starting to scratch. We starting over. If you start at right tackle this game, you ain't guaranteed nothing come next week. And it's almost like the one guy I seen grit out of tonight, I'll put it out there, was a true freshman, which I guess in high school you're always true freshman. But Caleb Hall done it, and when he went down, like nobody else wanted to fight. The boy was getting hit at the line of scrimmage and pushing it 3 to 4 yards forward. And when he went out, everybody else got, except for Maverick Gum, everybody else who got hit never went forward. They went backwards. Maybe it takes a loss like this to wake him up. I don't know. I hope it does, because I can tell you this. I was entertained by the game tonight. It's not the outcome that I wanted, because I still felt this team had a chance to fight their way in. Granted, you were going to come up against a powerhouse the first round of the playoffs. But I felt we had a young enough team that getting to that playoff, just the experience of tasting it, would lead to next year the possibility of doing something greater out of it. And at this point in time, somebody's got to wake somebody up. I don't know what's got to be done, but I am to that point. Like, nobody has a job out there on that field right now. Ponceroff isn't your starting quarterback. And I'm just saying it, not that any of this was his fault. He was running for his life. But the fact is, I've got to think about going with Cohen at quarterback, and the reason I say that is I know what Ponceroff can do as receiver. Maybe it's that time for that change right now, that we change that up.
Not a lot of catches tonight.
No, people drop them by. That's why I say Ponceroff was a pure hypothetical statement, because the boy, I felt, was hitting people in the hands. And if people catch the balls, the fact is we ain't even talking about this being a loss. We had so many drops in the first half that would have probably went for touchdowns.
Or at least extended drives.
At least extended drives at that point in time, and put more pressure on Tygrats Valley. But it's just one of them. When I say Ponceroff's not your starting quarterback, I'm saying it because I've already seen last year what Ponceroff can do as receiver. Maybe it's time we see what Cohen can do at quarterback. Maybe that's the shakeup we all need. I don't know. Caleb Hall hopefully is healthy, can come back, start at tailback next week. It's an opportunity for a shakeup at this point in time. I felt like Ponceroff grew the Valley Wetzel game, even though it didn't go our way. And tonight, maybe he grew again, but his receivers sure didn't. I mean, I can count in my head right now as I speak to you, at least, at a minimum, 6 balls that hit receivers in the hands that were dropped. You got to catch those. There's just no other way around it. You have to catch those. And at some point in time, if you're Ponceroff, you're going to start looking somewhere else. You're going to start looking for somebody who can catch the ball. You know, I'll put the names out there of the people I've seen catch balls instead of the ones drop. Maybe we need to start looking Landon Savage way just a little bit more. You know, maybe we need to get Toothman more involved. I know he dropped the ball earlier in the season, not tonight, but at some point in time, like, Toothman has grown and made himself better as the season goes along. Maverick Gum, once again, as you say, maybe we start going 4 wide with Maverick as a tight end. You know, we put nobody in the backfield. But if you do that, the offensive line's got to wake up and block somebody. And as you said, there's 3 people on the line. First 3 people on the line, how has Ponceroff got 2 people in his face every play after the ball snapped?
On a 3-man defensive front.
Yeah, and nobody was blocking anybody.
Yeah. Player lineups presented by Lang Monument should be interesting next week. That's all I'll say.
I agree. And to, you know, those boys that do listen to us and listen to the call on YouTube afterwards, if you care, show us you care next week. And if you feel you've got teammates that don't care, it's time to tell. It's time. You got to call them out. You got to call them out, because if not, some of you are seniors. You're going to end with a horrible season. But I will tell you this, there's enough talent on this team that if they wake up and play like they care, you can still win some ball games. You can probably even upset some people if you want. But you got to care, and I didn't see that tonight, so I hope showing up next week, as you said, the lineups ought to be interesting, because I know that LePeau, he's already shown he's willing to make changes, and I got a feeling after tonight the film will be watched and there'll be changes again.
Well, Chance left with his final thoughts. I'm going to leave with mine. I told you coming into this game, Chance, that I said that I was in a this was a show me game, because to tell you the truth, I didn't feel you feel like, and I tend to agree with what with the performance that we saw last night, Valley Wetzel was a good effort. I came out of that week saying Valley Wetzel was not a good effort. It wasn't good enough. And I said, if you play to the potential that I know you guys can play, you guys will beat this team by 20. And to tell you the truth, I'm beyond prove it now. You got to win me over now. Because now it's not a prove it. It's a I'm expecting you to disappoint me. And you've got to turn it around otherwise. Because, I joke around with these kids pregame, give them nicknames and stuff like that. And they ask me, well, what are you going to call me? And blah, 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 blah. And I always say the same answer. I say, make a play, and I'll give you a nickname. Nobody was worthy of a nickname tonight. And
Caleb Hall.
Caleb Hall?
I'll put it out there. I don't know what – maybe it's Caleb Hurt Hall.
Yeah.
Because it felt like when he got hurt, the heart went away.
Yeah. And to tell you the truth, that hurts my heart to hear that when the heart goes away, it's a freshman.
Yes, it does, because your heart and soul of your team should be your seniors and your juniors out there that are fighting. Real quick, I'm doing something. We had 16 and a half minutes of time of possession in the first half. We ended with 24 minutes. It almost exactly flipped from what I can tell right here. They held it for 16 and a half in the second.
Mm-hmm.
And we had pretty well one good drive in that second half.
It's inexcusable.
It's inexcusable. It's a team that felt they had either one of two things. They felt they had the game won, or they gave up. And I know with the coach talks I've had with the coaches, that ain't going to fly. And I know there's going to be changes come next week. And it'll be a rude awakening, I feel, come Monday at practice, which I know we won't be here. But I got a feeling there's some kids that are going to show up Monday and maybe think that practice is going to be the exact same as this game, and they're going to be shocked. And LePo's trying to build a program. I can remember years ago when Jody Moat came in at St. Mary's, a former alumni, and I looked at my dad and I said, that man will win us a state championship. And for the record, we hadn't won a state championship when we finally won ours in, I think, 102 years. And Dad looked at me and he goes, well, I remember him as a kid like we remember watching Jody play, because my brother went through school with him. And Jody led us to that. And I've talked to LePo, and I feel confident enough to tell anybody on this radio, I think that guy has the heart and the want to bring a state title here, because he is an alum of this high school.
And he's got heart, and he cares.
And I'm going to tell you that he is not going to allow that to happen. He's not going to allow his program to not show heart, because he told us, I just want to make sure at the end of 48 minutes, you play Clay-Battelle. Win or lose, you play Clay-Battelle.
Well,
Tygrats Valley knows they won the ball game. They don't know they play Clay-Battelle.
Yep.
And that will be reinforced, I am almost guaranteeing, on Monday. And I know it was hotter tonight, and I kept seeing cramps, and I know they're rough to stop. But this is week 4 or 5. It's time for it to stop. You need to
eat right,
eat right,
take care of your
drink
body,
right, and condition yourself.
Yeah. All right. I think we've gone enough on this. So with your final score, Clay-Battelle loses to Tygrats Valley by a score of 13-12. Good night, everybody.
For